All right. What up? What? Hello, everybody. Yeah, it was a quick retirement. Look, we got to talk about it, and it's true. It's gone way too far. Things are crazy. It's out of control, and I want to just be open. I want to be honest. I want to kind of, just get into it with you guys and see and because I need a little bit of advice too, and yeah, it's gone way too far, and I am of course talking about my beard. Okay, so let's start with the real shit. Okay, let's start with the real shit. Let's talk about the stuff that matters. This beard. Okay, so let me explain what's going on. I lost my beard clippers, and this was a while ago. Okay, and I lost the beard clippers, and the beard just kept growing, crazy. And then all of a sudden, like after a while, I was like, I kind of like it. I kind of like that it's growing. That's kind of cool. And then I was like, dude, I actually really like this length. And then I just kind of kept letting, and now I'm not sure what to do. Okay, and I'm not sure what we should do as a community, because this affects all of us. So I mean, how long? How long should we let it go? What should we do about this? That's really what I want to know, guys. I had a thought. Take it down to a third length. What does that mean? Like a third of what it is now? What do you mean? What should I do? I look like a member of a gay biker club? I don't even know what that means. I didn't even know there were gay bikers. But honestly, I probably shouldn't know. Being Amish? Oh, right. Okay. Space Slug says, love you, brother. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the love. So here's a thought I had. And this would be wild, right? But I thought about this. I was like, dude, I'll let this shit grow. I will let the beard grow until we get to like 100,000 subscribers on the main channel. Or sorry, on this channel. Fuck. So that would take a while. I mean, I would obviously push it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, we gotta do this, blah 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 blah. But I mean, that would be some time, I would imagine. And I wonder how long, so if it's hanging down, because like right now, I don't know, like we got like 2 or 3 inches on there. How, because like think about double that, like down to like here. Like what would that, it would be a white beard by then? Jesus Christ. Yeah, it probably would be. I'd be looking like Gandalf or something. I'd love it to get to a point where stroking it felt like natural. Pause. No Diddy, Like I would like to get to a point where it not only would it make sense for me to stroke it, but other people would want to stroke it. I'm going back into retirement, Dad. I'm going back into retirement. No! Oh, shit. Okay. Mr. Poppy says, stop lying. We don't believe any of this. We know you want more time for Warhammer and tennis. Nerd Vengers for life. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right, let's get serious. Jeez, guys. Okay. So, yeah. Where to begin? Here's what I kind of want to do here, okay? I want to talk about this. Maybe we'll kill the music. I want to talk about like what's been going on with me. My big quitting clickbait video. I lied. I lied and I clickbaited everybody, but there's a good reason. I want to explain what's going on. So I want to try to talk about that. I also want to talk about RDJ comments about Iron Man coming back and all that sort of stuff. And look, I appreciate all of the love that's coming in, and I will go over all of that too. Okay. Okay. I want to just kind of explain myself, talk through it a little bit. But the thing is, I want to get this kind of done in a concise manner because I want to talk about RDJ. And then I think at noon, they're doing the Star Wars Outlaw trailer. And so I want to react to the Star Wars Outlaw trailer. I mean, I don't know, like, how big of a deal that is to our community. I don't know how big of a deal the game's going to be, period. But, you know, that thing with Star Wars and me and Star Wars is like, you know, I do get excited about it. But there's a lot of skepticism. There's a lot of, like, grumpiness that comes with that. So I kind of want to try to wrap up this kind of first part of the stream before noon. And then we're just going to be chilling, you know. And I think after I explain where I'm at and what's going on, it'll make a little bit more sense as to what we're doing, okay? So, let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I am guilty. And I lied and I clickbaited. I did. Why, though? Why did I lie? Why did I clickbait? There's actually a good reason. And, you know, the truth of the matter is all YouTubers have this kind of a thing in their back pocket. All of them. And I think even Theory, like, I remember, I think it was like a couple of months ago, maybe up to 6 months ago. Didn't Theory make a video where he was like, I'm done with Disney Star Wars? And he was like, I'm just going to go back to like covering all this sort of stuff. And then, did that happen? That happened, right? All YouTubers have this ability. We can, anytime we want, we can go into the back pocket and we can pull out some super dramatic clickbait shit and put it out there and get everybody to pay attention. Okay. And yeah, no, I'm guilty of doing that. Absolutely guilty of that. I wanted people to pay attention and I wanted there to be, especially for the community, I wanted there to be a moment of understanding and a shift. I really wanted there to be like an attention on this so that we can shift. Because there's big changes coming, for sure. And that's part of it, right? Is like trying to just get that attention to make it a thing so that people understand what's going on. There's a part of this, however, that I did for me because I need it to be real. What I mean is like, if I hadn't made that video, and I'll take you through like the whole process of doing it because when I woke up yesterday, like quick little TLDR, I woke up and I was like, I want to do this. I'm not sure about it. If it feels way too baity, I'm not going to release it. So I just want to record this. I'll look at it in the edit. And if I feel like it's a fugazi, if I feel like it's, you know, no good, I won't even upload it. But the main reason that I wanted to upload it for me was because if I didn't upload that video, I could have done what I was going to do anyways, and then if it didn't work out, meaning if the first few like clipped out stream portions of the video didn't get views, I would probably just fucking panic and go back to doing what I was doing. And so it's kind of like announcing a weight loss goal, like on social media. I think sometimes we do that because we want social pressure and we want that back at us as a way to hold us accountable. And that's a big part of it too, right? So, I mean, do I feel bad about the video? A little bit, like a little bit, you know? It was definitely clickbait, 100%. But from my perspective, it feels like acceptable clickbait for basically those three reasons. Number one, it is a big change. I am quitting doing YouTube. That's a nuanced point. Some of you guys probably won't get that, but a lot of my YouTuber friends did. I had a lot of positive feedback from my friends in the space. A lot of people reached out to me and they were like, bro, like, dude, spot on. I get it. Holy shit. Great video. I'm feeling this, that, second, and the third. And that was great because it's good to talk through these things and try to be there for them too. Some of them have it even worse than me, right? So like that's, you know, number one. Number two, I wanted it to be a shift. And number three, I wanted to hold myself accountable. So let me explain like what it really means. And I'll like, again, I feel like this is a a thing that not everybody's going to get, okay? But I think you guys have known, and just throw a 1 into the chat if maybe you knew, if maybe you noticed. I've been pretty grumpy lately, and I've been on edge, and haven't been having as much fun, been a little snappy. If you noticed, put a 1 into the chat. I certainly noticed, and it's been affecting my ability to stream, okay? And I love streaming. That's something I put in the video yesterday. I love streaming. Just a few ones. I love streaming, man. I love getting on here and talking to you guys about this kind of stuff. I like being challenged. Streaming can be tough because, like, you're in the moment and people like, dude, like, you can't anticipate what's going to happen in a stream. I think that's part of why people like it too. But I mean, some of you guys will like hit me with questions or ask me to watch a fucking Accolade video where they're, you know, talking about super cringe shit. And it's just, like, you never know what's going to happen. And you got to try to, like, just roll with it. And there's this kind of, like, alchemy that happens with it. I love it. I really, really love it. Okay. And I think one of the things that kind of sucks about, you know, YouTube and making the videos and the grind that I've been on has been that it's not only is it not making me happy, but it's making me miserable. And it's affecting the streaming thing, which I love. It's affecting the comic book writing, which I love. It's affecting my family. It's really, really bad. So what do I even mean by that? Well, I try to explain this in a video, but it's like this. YouTube's been changing a lot, dude. It's fucking tough. I know a ton of YouTubers, okay? Well, coworkers, right? We're all in this. We all go to the YouTube factory. We clock in. You know, we punch our card. We get coffee in the break room together. We're all working together at the YouTube factory. And shit has been rough in the YouTube factory. And if you know a YouTuber, you probably know that that's probably the case. If you know them on a personal level. For the last couple of years, there's been an amazing amount of changes to the platform. I think there's been changes to the viewers and the way that they find value from that. I think the world's changing a little bit. There's oversaturation, a million different things going on. But the bottom line is, the only real way out, if you want to just be a successful YouTuber, I think you just have to focus on being a successful YouTuber. The point I tried to make in the video yesterday was like, dude, that shit is a constant pressure where you have to think not just about the subject, but you have to think about how to deliver the information pertaining to that subject in a way that holds the viewer's interest, and we sort of rope you along. And dude, it's like weird when you really start getting into high-level YouTube strategy with like open loop psychology and you know, putting the actual information at the end of story points, all this sort of stuff. It's a whole fucking thing, dude. And it takes a lot of brain work. And for me, I guess like the most honest way I can put it, the realest way I can put it, is that I just had this pressure in my mind constantly that was like, you must come up with better video ideas, because I think that's a big thing. If you look at the channels that have been able to persist and even gain views despite the turbulence, despite the changes to the algorithm, it's because they're really good at coming up with video ideas. And it's all about like curiosity, taking a thing that people are interested in and making it even more interesting via some kind of angle or loop or whatever. So I'm over here like constantly thinking about that shit. And whenever I have a free moment, that's what I'm thinking about. Whenever it's just a constant thing. And at the end of the day, because I know how important that is, like if you want to be a YouTuber, it's the most important thing. The ideas. I would constantly be trying to sort of create like a totem pole of sorts where the most important thing was video ideas. Everything else paled in comparison to that. And there's just like a constant fucking pressure to be coming up with those ideas. So when I say I'm done making YouTube videos, that's what I mean. Is I'm done doing that. I'm fucking done. I'm over it. I'm not doing that shit anymore. And even today, like the RDJ news, right? This is kind of a cool example. I could have just done this as a video, right? And I could have just talked about the RDJ thing on a video, and I could have even tried to make it more natural to just like flow with it and just talk about it. But as I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, well, why would I do that? Like, I'm better on stream. Let's just fucking stream. Like, let's just stream this morning. So that the whole reason I'm streaming even right now is because I realized the whole mechanical process that I had adapted for YouTube itself it's bogging me down, and I'm not even good at it. Like, not naturally good at it. Like, I've had some killer videos, huge videos, you know, a lot of success via that strategy, but I'm not good at it, and therefore it takes even more energy. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And I think I have bad habits from years and years and years of doing YouTube in a way that it used to work really well, with like the YouTube voice and the cadence and all of that sort of stuff. And I feel like it doesn't work. And here's the other thing that's kind of weird. For some reason, I can't not do it. When you guys are in chat, and don't get a fucking big head about this shit, but when you guys are in chat, there's something about you being there that makes me do this in a way where I'm talking to people. I'm just talking to y'all, right? And for whatever reason, when I'm doing a video, when I'm just recording it on my own, I can't replicate that. I've tried. I recently saw a video by a guy named Alex Hermosi, totally different fucking field. He's like an entrepreneur and shit. But the main point is he actually talked about this in one of his videos. And what he said was he had the same problem. How he fixed it was having a person in the room with him behind the camera when he recorded. And I was like, dude, that's a great idea. Unfortunately, I can't just have like Elisa and Liam standing behind the camera every time I want to record a video. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I can't do that. So unfortunately, I need you guys. I mean, it's not that unfortunate. You guys are pretty cool. But that's what I mean. Is like, I need you. I need the other people to make it more natural, because I'm more of a conversationalist and I'm better at like just thinking off the cuff. It's more natural. It flows. I think it's more entertaining. So that's what it is. So at the end of the day, some people will not understand the difference. And especially because I will be streaming way more and there'll be a lot more videos on that channel. It's going to feel like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? He said he quit. Now there's more videos than ever on this channel. But what I mean, and what I really want to say to you guys, especially some of you guys that have been with me for a long, long time, some of you have been on this journey with me trying to crack the code of YouTube too, because I have the Prime streams where we talk about YouTube strategy and things like that, right? I think you guys will understand this the most. That whole game and that whole like thing, and I think, dude, that is the way to do it. If you really want to be successful on YouTube, that's the way to do it. You have to pay attention and build and craft and use curiosity, etc. I'm just done with that. Like, I can't do that anymore. And immediately upon making that decision, I felt way better. I felt way better. That pressure, that fog, that confusion, that conflict, that unease, man, was like instantly gone. You know? So I'm feeling way better. I mean, we'll see. Some of y'all probably trigger the fuck out of me in like 3, 2, 1. But for now, feeling much better, feeling good. And so I kind of wanted to explain that and just tell you, like, why did I clickbait y'all? Like, why did I lie? And what's really going on? So that's that. Now, there are a few things that we got to figure out as a community. Okay? And I mean, because I won't be doing videos anymore, like maybe occasionally I'll do a video, like maybe I'm not streaming, maybe I'm somewhere else and there's some crazy news that happens and I just turn on a camera and like talk about some shit, right? So it's not like I'll never do it again, but like today I could have done that and I was like, no, I would rather stream. I would literally rather just stream and clip it out, okay? So there's a couple of things we got to figure out as a community. And I have some ideas, but I don't know for sure, so I want to know what you guys think, okay? The first thing, I think this is probably the sort of biggest deal here is spoilers. Okay. I've tried to keep spoilers out of the streams and mostly just put them into videos. Okay. And this is going to be tricky because I still want to talk about leaks and spoilers and, you know, things like that. But it's harder to do that on a live stream without throwing some people off without like getting people upset, right? So I've got some, right? So I got some ideas. Like we could do, throw this little thing up there. And do that. But here's the thing. Even that, it's not gonna solve the problem completely. You know what I'm saying? Because there'll be people that just kind of come in, and it's not like I'm gonna put all the spoilers in the thumbnail on the title. So some people will come in and inevitably get spoiled, and it's like, that kind of sucks. So, it is what it is. I could try to like warn the chat and be like, hey guys, like we got to talk about spoilers a little bit here. Everybody get out of here, and then put the thing up there and then take it down, and then people could come in, So, I mean, that's a potential strategy. I thought about maybe doing some streams that were just specific to spoilers. Maybe we can do that. It just kind of depends, right? If a big enough leak comes out, yeah, maybe we would do that. And then just do the stream completely focused on that or something like that. So, yeah, like that's kind of a problem. And I'm open to ideas. You can let me know in chat right now. You can hit me on Discord. You can hit me on Twitter. Yeah, just, let me know, guys, because I want to try to figure that out. Spoiler Thursday. I mean, that's an idea. It's just, here's the thing. I thought about that, and it could work. But the only problem is, like, dude, I want to do, like, long streams. And I just want to, like, fucking stream and just get on here and do big streams with you guys. I actually want less structure. You know what I mean? I want to just, I'm not a YouTuber anymore. I'm a streamer now. Like, I'm just a streamer. So we're just going to get on here and do our thing for, like, hours and hours on end. That kind of brings me to the other thing, and maybe this will help to make it make sense, is I don't want to do Q&A parts of the streams anymore. So traditionally, we would stream hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we'd get into Q&A, and I would read all the super chats, right? So I don't want to do that anymore. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to try to read super chats as they come in the moment. Maybe if a bunch come in, like what happened right now, where like a bunch of people came in early with a bunch of stuff, maybe in the next couple of minutes we'll stop and I'll try to catch up and read through a bunch of them. But like I don't even want to do that anymore, because especially if we're doing like a 4 or 5 hour stream, maybe we start by talking a bunch of bullshit, we react to a bunch of videos, then we get into some gaming. If we're just like chilling, I don't want to make it structured so that like this part of the video then has to become Q&A. Like I don't want to do that, right? So that's kind of another change to the thing. That's like another thing that I want to make different, because I really do just want to stream. You know what I mean? And like just kick it with you guys and chill. For the final Nerdvenger stream in April, can we watch party Superman movies? Also, who you got for UFC 300 this weekend? First of all, UFC 300 is this weekend? Oh my God. That's a W. I did not realize it was like that. I got to hit my cousin up and see if he can get over here. Yeah, that's going to be really, really cool. For the final Nerdvenger stream in April, can we do a watch party of one of the Superman movies? Yeah, we could probably do that. That's like another thing I was thinking about, was like just doing some watch parties on Twitch, because we could just throw the fucking movie up and then just take the VOD down and we're probably chill. Like we're probably good. So yeah, there's options like that, but maybe we don't even have to do that as a Nerdvenger stream. Like that could just be a stream. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I like that idea. I think I'm open to that. I want to say there was one other thing I wanted to mention as far as how this shit's gonna change, but I don't really remember. For me, I still think like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those are good times to do streams. But I mean, I might throw a random stream in here or there. You know, I might randomly start a gaming stream late and all that sort of stuff. I really want to just get into streaming more and really make that sort of the anchor of what I do, and hanging out with you guys and chilling like that. So that's kind of where I'm at. Eli says, Nerd Theory again? I don't think so, man. I mean, maybe down the road, but it's like I'm trying to take like the mental load off, really. And I don't think because with Nerd Theory, like, I would really try to think about things, be prepared, and also like strike a particular kind of chemistry with theory and like a real we would talk about this behind the scenes sometimes. It's because like sometimes I'll get frustrated that he wasn't doing the same, but I'd be like, no, we need to treat this like volleyball, where we kind of volley the shit back and forth. Like, I don't think it's good content if I pass the volley to you and it's like this one thing and you're like, no, that's dumb, and you're just like, shut it down. That's not good content. So it takes like a special kind of energy and a flow to do that show the way we did, especially for the length of time. So I don't really see myself going back to Nerd Theory probably ever. That's not to say I won't do something with Theory eventually, or, you know, do some content with Theory, but it would have to be just like on one of my streams, or like just in concordance with my stream. You know, maybe we do gaming, we'd game together, or do something like that. But yeah, I don't think so. I saw a lot of, you know, messages on you know, the video yesterday, comments and stuff about it, and I get it. It was a special show. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing I keep seeing in the comments. I keep seeing all over. It's probably the reason why everybody keeps bringing it up, is because it really was special. You know what I mean? Like, it really was. So, yeah, I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful that everybody that was a part of it, even if you just watched a couple of them, like, I'm fucking grateful that you guys were there. That shit was cool. But, yeah, that's not what... That's not what this stream's. That's not what I'm about right now. Is like jumping into more shit. I kind of want to jump out of shit, and just kind of hang out with y'all. You know what I mean? So yeah. It was just okay. Jesus Christ. Of course, Trev has to come in and be like, well, actually, it was just okay. All of these people are overreacting. It was just okay. Yeah. Okay, so that is sort of the deal with the streams and how things are changing. Do we need to, should I go over a lot of these chats here? Catch up on the chats? And then we can get into some RDJ stuff, because, I mean, guys, I was pretty happy to see that quote from RDJ. I mean, I felt like Robert Downey Jr., in the midst of all this craziness, was like, Josh, I'm coming back. And so should you. You know what I mean? So like I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good about it. Okay. Let's catch up. Let's go over some of the chats, some of the stream or the super chats, member chats. Then we'll get into some RDJ stuff. Then it'll be about time for the trailer. Rossi in with the rose. Appreciate you, man. Jose Martin with a Marquez with a 13-month. Yesterday's video made me think you were getting ready for your new Disney job. Ooh, wouldn't that be interesting? No, unfortunately not. I haven't really done a lot on that whole thing because I've been fucking miserable, basically. H. Chris says, love the full streaming transition. I need Marvel Spider-Man PC stream. This is the way. That's not a bad idea. That could be cool. That could be fun. Obi says, you are the GOAT. Streaming era incoming. Much love. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm the GOAT, but I do know I'm pretty good at streaming and not as good at YouTubing. You know what I mean? Space Slug says, love you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Mr. Poppy says, stop lying. We know you just want to play tennis and Warhammer. Maybe Warhammer. Definitely not tennis. Spenny says, love that you are focusing more on live streaming. Been your best content for years. It's true. It's true. And it's one of those things, man, where, like, I've had this thought before. I think some of you guys have even brought this up before, right? Where I'm like, man, I'm so, YouTube videos, you know? And a lot of you guys were like, why don't you just clip out your streams? Like, why don't you just clip out your streams? And you were right. And I was wrong. And I'm also fucking stubborn, dude. Like, you know, I said this in the video too, but part of this was like, it's like you're playing a video game. Like, YouTube's a lot like a video game, except there's like existential dread that comes with it too. But part of me is like, nah, man. Like, especially with the year we had last year, where we popped off on a couple of months, a couple of videos, and I was like, dude, like, it's something when you put together a well-crafted video and you nail the curiosity gap and then it blows up, you're like, I could fucking do this. I'm the man. Like, I could do this forever. Every video, bro, I could take any video and make it into this, that, second, and the third. And it's like, you get like really full of yourself, right? And I couldn't let it go. Like, I was like, no, I can do it. It just requires every waking moment, all of my time and energy and focus, but I can do it. And I like couldn't let it go. It's like real talk, man. I don't want to get too lost in the weeds on this, but I'll just say it like this. I'll try to make it as succinct as possible. I cannot describe the peace that I felt when I just realized that's what it was. I'm a really spiritual person. I really believe in a lot of like spiritual things, and intuition is like a big part of that. And so my intuition was telling me that there was something I had to let go of. Like, I felt that tangibly. I was like, no, like, you gotta let something go. Like, I don't know what it is, but that's why you're struggling so much. Is there's something that is in my life that I need to let go of. And it's literally just being that YouTuber. Like, the idea of crafting these perfect videos, the idea of being known as a person that crafts perfect videos and gets all these views, like, I had to let that go. And almost instantly, I let it go. I started feeling so much better. I felt so much lighter. My wife told me the house feels lighter, like everything feels better. It was like an instantaneous shift, and it was pretty cool, pretty cool. So yeah, you guys were right. Okay, Fem says, you're a better streamer than a YouTuber. I can't tell you how much entertainment I have gotten from these. If the main channel isn't working, let it go. We will support you and your family financially. Love you. I mean, that's kind of literally what I just said, but I appreciate you, bro. It's kind of wild that you literally said that after I said it. Well, maybe before. Kyle says, thanks for the stream. Never bet against FEIGE. It's a losing bet. He is the house. He always wins. RDJ the GOAT. Oh, bro. We're going to talk about it. And, yeah, I'm feeling really good about it, man. I mean, he didn't just come out. Like, RDJ did not just come out and be like, yeah, I'd be open to it. He put his dick on the table. And then he told you that Kevin Feige's is bigger. Okay, anyway, here we go. Space Trick Cereal with a 10 spot. That's very generous, man. Says, you got me on your last video. You are the only YouTuber I watch, and streams are my favorite part. Glad you are staying. Also, I sure tripped over the new episode of Shogun. Will you give nerd spoilers in streams now? Maybe. Dude, I love Shogun. I love Shogun. I'm excited about that shit. But I haven't seen the new one. You know what I mean? But Shogun real good. Maybe tomorrow. I'll talk about Shogun after we watch it tonight. Aaliyah says, your announcement means spoilers now during streams, and people will have to deal. Yeah, a little bit, but also, like, I can work with y'all. Like, I can work with you guys, Like, the last thing I want to do is be like, oh, guess what? You like hanging out, you like having fun, but you don't like spoilers? Fuck you! You're going to sit there and you're going to take it. No diddy. Powder says with a 20 spot, that's generous as fuck, man. Thank you. Says, Josh, can I get a Nerd Vengers for life, dog? Unity! I'm in a good mood today. Got a ton of car parts moving around. I work for another 7. By the way, I'm watching you from 200 feet up in the air. RDJ for the win. My God, bro. That's crazy. That's wild, man. Thanks for the 20, man. I really appreciate it. That's generous. Rossi says, I got that Nerd Vengers heavy tea yesterday. It's truly heavy. You're 100% making the right choice. I watch your streams far more than the main channel because we usually talk about the same topics anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's facts as well. And I saw somebody hit me up on Twitter, and I was like, should we talk about Twitter a little bit? We're never going to we might have to talk about RDJ after the Star Wars trailer, because I got a lot to say. We got like 23 minutes before that trailer, okay? We talk about Twitter just a little bit. Would that be cool if I just talked just a little bit about Twitter? Twitter is horrible. It is horrible. And I took it off my phone, and I was still looking at it a little bit here and there, mostly because a lot of the editors, I converse with them via DMs, right? But I really realized after I took Twitter off my phone, and after I was like, yeah, I'm not going to engage in this shit for at least like several days. I was actually supposed to do it all the way till tomorrow. I guess I just didn't realize how much of my personal time and attention that app was like sucking away from me. And especially when you take a step back, bro, when you take a step back and then you come back to Twitter and it's like Elon's basically showing you like fucking E-bombs world. Like that's basically what it is now. It's E-bombs world and bum fights and porn and just all this shit. Like Twitter is a fucking, it is a disgusting cesspool of all of the worst qualities of human beings all strung together, and that's basically what it is. So I can't wait to get back on there tomorrow. I've missed it desperately, and so I'll be joining all you heathens back at it tomorrow. It's gonna be good shit. James R says, Josh, bro, my heart sank so bad when I saw that thumbnail yesterday, but I care most about the streams anyway. I'm glad you're sticking around. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Thanks, man. Soren Sound says, Tales of the Empire looks fire. Oh, hell yeah. Tales of the Empire looks good. Tales of the Empire was like kind of a gut punch. Kind of shocked me. I was like, damn, dude, like, okay, like here we go. Like we've got some good stuff cooking. I think it's cool too because a lot of it seems to connect to Ahsoka, so you can see Dave's influence, right? So y'all remember when Dave got the CCO position, and a bunch of people were like, "It's a meaningless job. It's a meaningless promotion. He has no real power." You know? Do you guys remember that? Well, just watch what happens in the next couple of years and then tell me if you still feel that way. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, he's definitely pulling things and pushing things and taking things to a place where a lot of stuff is going to pull together, you know? It might take some time, but that's what's happening. That's what's going on. Rossi says, low key, I saw the I Quit video and I was like, this motherfucker, I just bought this heavy tea. Dude. Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, I wonder how Rossi's going to feel about this shit. Like, you know? But luckily, like, we're still good, baby. Vagabond of Light says, I'm glad you'll be streaming more. Streams are my favorite part of Nerdvention. Much love. Nerdvengers for life. Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I do. Let's hear it. John Cross says, have you tried looking into adding Rumble for streaming? Free speech, no copyright. Primary focus on the app is live streams. I'm not against it, man. I'm not against it. I've just, like, here's the thing. We're technically streaming to Kick right now. I kind of thought Kick was that same thing. Like, I've heard people try to explain the difference between Kick and Rumble to me, and I'm just like, I don't get it. But I'm not against it, and I'm also not against, like, going on Facebook for all the boomers and shit, too. Definitely, we can explore those options, you know? If somebody, look, if you want to hit me up in the DMs and just be like, yo, here's why I think you should do Rumble, like, do that. I'll definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. I mean, what do you guys think, chat? Rumble? Should we be on Rumble? Should we take our energies over to the Rumbles? John, oh no, we already saw that. Wait, hang on. John Cross says, for the final Nerd Venger, oh yeah, Superman movies? Hell yeah, bro, I'm all about it. Lucas Tex Venger, appreciate you, bro, it's good to see you. Does this mean we'll be bringing back Top 5 Tuesdays? Maybe we can put that up for a vote. I'm not against it, man. The problem with here's the thing. Last time we did top 5 Tuesdays, it was top 5 copy strikes. That's what it was. We brought back that. I remember I did my top 5 favorite scenes in the MCU, and I got 5 copyright strikes. So I'm not saying we can't, but I'm also like I don't know. I mean, potentially we could do it without videos and shit, but that was really annoying, bro. Like, I was like, ugh. Lykel says, hey, Josh, haven't been stopping by as much as of late. With you covering Star Wars less, however, we'll always be supportive of you. Much love. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thanks, man. Yeah, I tried with Star Wars. You know, I think, too, like, obviously, a lot of you guys know where I stand on Star Wars. But I think, like, some of the toxicity, not all of it, but some of the toxicity towards Star Wars wasn't even from Star Wars. It was from my own issues, like my own shit. Like, and I really feel this way, man. Like, I'm in a really good personal place with it all. I feel like very well adjusted, and I took time and I did a lot of meditation, self-work, like just kind of chilled. But like, for instance, like, you know, I think it was Wednesday or whatever, I like timed Kendall out. It's not Kendall's fault. He didn't do anything above and beyond. It's just I was so fucking wound that little things were really bothering me. That's true of some of you guys. That's true of fucking Star Wars, right? So in order for me to do this and just be better, I've got to be chill on the inside so that I can be triggered on the outside. I don't know. Hetty Nico says, straight up motivation watching you switch things up. Thanks for not selling for anything less than your own vision. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Ginger Snowman says, Cody Rhodes finished his story. Best WrestleMania ever. Also, like the decision to stream more. Can't wait for the next Diamond Lounge. Oh, that's a good thing. Okay, here's the thing. We're going to Diamond Lounge this Friday. And I'm going to fucking really talk some shit on like YouTube and a whole bunch of shit. I'm basically gonna do a version of like what we just talked about, but a little turned up. We'll do that on Friday. Sunday, we're going to do a Prime stream, and I'm gonna break down the decision from a business and YouTube perspective. So if you want Josh inebriated, freaking out, speaking real flagrantly about all this stuff, that's Friday night. If you want the analytical shit, that's Sunday. Also, yes, WrestleMania was cool. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but damn, dude, Undertaker popping up, Cena popping up. That's crazy. Shout out to them, and I guess it would be shout out to Triple H, right? Or who's in charge? Who's running the show now? Instead of who's running the show instead of McMahon? Reed94 says, Josh, knight me or else. Okay, yeah, you are a nerd venger now, Reed94. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, no, that's good shit, and it's good for the sport. It's good. It's awesome, man. You know, so I'm happy for all the wrestling fans because, like, dude, that's dope. That's cool. Okay, Cool Bear says, my only issue is I really want leaks and news, but I just don't have the time to watch a 2-hour plus stream all the time. Can you please give us the Accolade leaks? Still need to make up March Prime stream. Yeah, for sure. We're going to do that. They'll be in videos. If it's information that's like news or pertinent, you know, as far as a leak, you will be able to get that in a video. If it's a longer video, it'll be on the main channel. If it's really short, it'll be on the clips channel. So like if it's just like a casting thing, we're like, oh, this person's that. I don't really have much to say, but that's cool. That's going up on the clips channel. If it's like, yo, earth-shattering, holy shit, this leak about Accolade's insane, I'll probably ramble for 20 minutes. We'll do a little bit of editing and put it up on the main channel. So that's kind of the plan. Baby Bird says, glad you made this decision for yourself and the fam. Glad you're still streaming. Where would I get my nerdy news? Much love. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, it feels good on my end too. John Cross says, have you tried looking into adding Rumble? Oh, right. We went over that. Hell yeah. Nate says, does this mean we're getting Accolade watch party and more watch parties in general? Love you, Josh. Scared me yesterday with the video thumbnail. I don't actually think I'm going to be doing watch parties, but I will do a lot more reacting. Like, I'm going to put some reaction stuff up on the main channel. Something that's been kind of interesting is as I've been putting more clips out on the clips channel, I can see what works over there and what doesn't. And it's like the difference over there is like 5,000 to 10,000 views is like, wow, that really worked. And then like, you know, 1,000 views or less is like, okay, that didn't work. And so I can kind of see over there what works. And I've always like had a weird feeling about reaction content, but I think I just need to let that shit go too. Like, okay, so some people might be frustrated that I'm a React Andy. I don't give a shit. You know, if it's something that I think my audience would be interested in, I'm going to react to it and I'm going to give my commentary. I'm going to slap it up on YouTube and I don't give a fuck. Like, that's just what it is. So we're going to have a lot of shit that we're going to be doing in streams. That's going to go up on the channels. And that's just what it is. Let's see here. But as far as watch parties, just to answer your question, I don't think so, man. Number one, it's just that time is so stupid. Number two, I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm even a good person to watch parties with. Because I get, like, pretty into it when I'm watching something. Like, if I'm really watching something that I care about, this is basically me. You know? I don't think it's, like, that good. So. Dazuko says, as you always tell us, you gotta follow your own path. Take your own advice, man. Do what you love and we'll always support you. Nerd Vengers for life. I really appreciate that, man. And I know it might seem silly, but coming to this conclusion was not easy, and it was not an easy decision to make. Mike S. Hangout with the 10 spot. Hey, I really appreciate that, man. Says, hey, Josh, I'm glad that you're staying. I want to let you know that you are one of my favorite YouTubers because you deep dive into comics that I have never known. Interesting. Yeah, I think the deep dive streams that we do with the Nerd Vengers have been dope. I mean, I've been really enjoying them. Have you guys been enjoying them? If you're a member and you've been loving that, like, throw a 1 in the chat. I just want to know. But, like, personally for me, they're some of my favorite streams. It's so wild. I feel like I was chasing all these numbers, trying to recreate this formula, causing myself to be miserable, and then I'd be like, okay, but then for the members over here, like, let's deep dive on Jack and Stan. And it's like, I loved that and I enjoyed it. It's like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? But, like, I really do like the deep dives. I think they're great content. I learn a lot. I think you guys learn a lot. It's good stuff. Choco says, you just seem brighter and happier. I was assuming it was fatherhood. Glad to hear you are kicking ass. I lurk while working frequently. Hey, man, I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, fatherhood's great. Like, don't get me wrong. Fatherhood's great. But, as a person that is pretty much the sole provider for my family, fatherhood can also be a lot of pressure. And in an environment like YouTube and in a space like this, that pressure can manifest itself in, like, positive but also negative ways, right? So, but, like, honestly, you know, you just hang out with the kid and you just, like, wrestle him and all that other shit goes away. It's awesome. So I highly recommend fatherhood. Pretty good. Pretty cool thing. I highly recommend it. But it's also comes with pressure. You know what I mean? Let's see here. I also, too, I think it's cool you're Marvel fan like I am because I'm legally blind. I wasn't able to read a lot of comics. So thank you. Oh, dude, that's cool. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Very happy to you know, help you out on that. I think Rob from Comics Explained is also a great resource for that kind of stuff. If you want to experience the comics, but you have eyesight problems. I never really thought about that, but yeah, I would say Rob's content's great for that. We occasionally do that same kind of stuff. So appreciate you, brother. Anthony says, streams and clips are my jam, to be honest. Nerd Vengers for life. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I really do. It's funny because that's like the resounding, like, you know, made the video and then I made the announcement on our Discord, and I've been, like, kind of watching the reaction come in. A lot of it's predictable, but dude, the amount of you guys that were like, this is a good move. You are better at streaming. Literally just over and over and over again. This is a good move. You kind of sucked at being a YouTuber. Like just over and over and over again. And on the one hand, it's like, that's really nice. Like it means I'm probably making the right call. Like that's some good shit. On the other hand, it's like, I'm so fucking stupid. Why did it take this long? You know what's funny? Theory told me this a long time ago. Like, this was like literally within the first year of us working together. He literally told me one time. He said, hey, so I watched some of your videos and you're so good on our show and you're so good in your streams, but you're not like that in your videos. Like, what's going on? Like literally. And on top of that, I was like, yeah, I don't know exactly why. I have trouble being natural when I'm just recording or whatever. And he was literally like, well, you should just go live and then clip out things and put them on your, like he literally deadass told me this like 4 years ago. And I was like, nah, bro, like I know, you know, 3 million subs or whatever, but shut your mouth when you're talking to me. So, I don't know. I think maybe the truth is I can just be really stubborn. You know what I mean? Like I can just be really stubborn. But look, we figured it out. You know, it took a couple of years. It took a lot of we figured it out. That's the good thing. Lee says with a 20 spot, that's very generous, man. Says, hey yo, it's been a while since I sent a super chat. Just know, Josh, that we are always here for you one way or another. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you. Vincent says with a 10 spot, that's very generous too, man. Says, I just went through something very similar in regards to intuition. Instead of wilderness survival instructor, I'm pursuing arts and crafts. Intuition is amazing. Hope all is well, bro. Well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that I finally found it. And I really do. I think intuition is a very important it's an important thing. And like it's so weird because in some aspects of my life I'm very attuned to that. So like for instance, I've been listening to the audiobook of Rick Rubin's new book. A lot of you guys probably know who Rick Rubin is. And I mean, what a special human being. What an interesting cat. I mean, I'll TLDR it for you. It's basically like just some dude that happens to be so spiritually balanced that all kinds of artists from all kinds of genres want to work with this guy just to find that shit. That creative juice that makes good stuff. He doesn't even really play instruments. He's never been traditionally trained. He's just like, he just fucking vibes, dude. And yet he has helped, you name it. I mean, you fucking name it. I believe it was Rick Rubin's idea to do the beat drop on 99 Problems coming into the song. Start a cappella and drop it. Little things like that. So he helps, yeah, he's a producer. He helps to produce, but he's not like musically talented. He's just fucking vibing, dude. And, you know, in his book, he talks a lot about intuition. And I'm sitting there like reading this and I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. Oh my God, yeah. And then I close the book or I get to audio book, so I like take the headphones off and then I'm like, yeah, but my intuition's telling me I'm fucked right now. Something's wrong. I fucking hate everything. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like a really weird experience to like intellectually know, yeah, intuition's great. And then to feel my intuition screaming from the top of its lungs like, stop doing this shit, you are killing yourself. And find it difficult to listen, you know? So, Vincent, I appreciate you. I'm glad you were able to figure it out. I'm glad I was able to figure it out. Riley S. says, I love the streams, Josh. Makes spending 11 plus hours a day in a tractor indefinitely better. Much love. 1 year next month. Nerd Vengers for life. That's awesome. Do you spend 11 hours a day in the tractor every day, or is it just during certain seasons? Because I had friends that were farmers growing up, and sometimes it was chill, right? But then planting and harvesting, like, he was just gone. Like, I just basically, for months at a time, gone. 11 plus hours a day for sure. Probably closer to like 15 hours a day, 16, 17, 18 hours a day. So I know that game, man. And yeah, that's wild. Either way, I appreciate you. Brendan, thanks for coming back to the Nerd Vengers, man. Appreciate you. Vagabond of Light gifted a membership. Appreciate that. Tito Liquido says, do you respect J. Cole's decision? Oh, man. All right, we got a couple of minutes till this trailer. Let's talk about J. Cole's decision, then we'll go through the other ones after we get out of here. I saw, I think Charlemagne the God, I don't even like saying it, but I feel like I probably feel similar to him. Where, like, on the one hand, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, there's a part of me that's like, okay, but it's hip-hop. Like, I thought it was all bullshit. Like, we knew it was theatrical. Like, a lot of the beefs are manufactured. Like, what? And in some ways, what that implies is that, like, no, Cole actually does feel a certain way about Kendrick, at least at some level. And so to him, it wasn't bullshit, which, like, kind of makes me feel like, wow, well, dude, like, that's real beef record then. Like, hell yeah, like, let's play that shit again. Because, like, his reaction to it almost makes me feel like, oh, no, my perception of it was like he didn't really go for the throat, but maybe in his mind, he did. Like, he did feel like he was actually going there and really dragging him, right? So there's a part of me that's like, fuck that, I want blood, this is bullshit. The other part of it, though, is like, it feels so Cole. Like, he's probably literally, like, riding his bike into a grassy field and walking around with no shoes and socks, thinking about this shit. Like, that feels very Cole. And I respect it. I understand it. I mean, like I said before, like, I'm a spiritual guy. So, like, at some level, he's tapping into, like, his higher self. And if it feels inauthentic, if he feels like it's corny, if he's losing sleep over it, then, like, yeah, to find his own personal peace, like, he has to figure that out. But I don't think, like, I'm going to be really interested to see how it all plays out from here, because, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think hip hop's, like, ready for that. like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think hip hop's like, you know what? We should take a hard look at ourselves. Cole's right, and we should all mature, and enough of trauma and violence and all that. I don't think so. Like, I just really don't. So I think he's going to get dragged. I wonder if this will affect his career. Right? So, what a weird fucking situation, bro. I've got some real mixed feelings about it. That's frankly what I'll say. Is I got some real mixed feelings about it. But I still love Cole. I think he's great. Okay, is this trailer out? Is this trailer out? Star Wars? Is it out yet? No one has said this either, but it's also a light-skinned thing to do. Dude, I saw a video. It was like somebody made up a video where Drake was like freaking out on Cole. It's actually really funny, but that's something he said in there too, was like, you making all those light-skinned rappers look stupid or something. And then, like, Cole, like, snaps off on him, hangs up. then calls him back to apologize. It's actually really, really funny. So, yeah, I mean, I'm in Switzerland with that shit. I can't really comment, obviously. But, yeah. Yeah. Look, I hope Drake goes crazy. I hope Drake goes nuts. Because I think he can actually rap. Bro, this is yeah, I don't want to go down the whole rabbit hole on this cuz like part of me is like I wonder if Drake will now low-key diss Cole. Like what is happening? Like is this whole thing going to just fucking go? I don't know. Is this trailer out, chat? Everybody said it was coming out right now. Ooh, the Joker trailer drops tonight at like 9:30. Okay. Okay. I don't see the trailer, man. I don't see the trailer for the game. Am I crazy? Chris, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Star Wars Twitter. Josh, is Drake your favorite Canadian? No, but he's close. He's close. I like Ryan Reynolds, Wolverine, Trev. And yeah, Drake's pretty good. Dude, I think Drake has bars. Like I do, man. I think when he wants to, he can actually rap. But, yeah. Okay. Where the fuck is this trailer, man? Star Wars? Hey, 32 seconds ago. Here we go. Okay, so everybody chill out. Okay. We're gonna react to this. Let me hang on. Hang on, just hang on. Hang on. You know what? Nah, fuck this. I'm gonna get it pulled up on YouTube. We can't use Alon's app for this shit. Star Wars. What's this stupid game called? Outlaws? Four minutes ago, Star Wars Outlaws officials trailers. Where's the one on, like, the Star Wars channel, though? Should there not be one on the... Because, like, I don't want to get shellacked. Fuck it, we'll watch it over here. That's fine. Oh, this is Star Wars channel. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws. Before we watch the trailer, let me just say I got mixed feelings about this game, mixed feelings about Star Wars overall. Maybe if this game's like really, really dope and just looks like, man, I could have so much fun and I'd really feel like I was living in the Star Wars universe. If that's what it is, maybe I'd get down with it. But I'm a kind of a person that didn't even enjoy the Last Jedi game that much. So I got a lot of questions about this. That being said, I believe this is the official first trailer for this. So let's check this out. Let's see what they got. What the hell? Let's see what Ubisoft, because it is Ubisoft, right? Let's see what the Ubisoft has for us for this trailer. Here we go.
Each of you,
it's in engine,
represents some of the most powerful criminal organizations in the galaxy.
Okay.
Pikes, Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
Huts. It's a golden age for the underworld. The Empire controls every corner of the galaxy.
Okay.
But they're distracted by a rebellion that won't quit. It's an opportunity to make millions.
Kay Vess.
It looks good.
The underworld's favorite new scoundrel.
Damn!
Meet at last.
What do you want?
Zarek
Is that
Besh.
Katarn?
They're new, rich, and lethal. You crossed their boss Sliro, and now he wants you gone. Rob his fortune and buy your freedom.
This job It's a death wish.
Is that Han Solo?
I'm in.
Out here, you live and die by your reputation. You want to survive? Know the players.
You're new to this world.
What's your problem?
Come back when you're not.
Jabba, right? Look, don't try anything. I got a whole crew surrounding the... Okay, we're skipping that part.
For about as long as I can remember, it's just been me and Nix. Doing what we have to survive. This job is my one shot at freedom. But if we're gonna pull this off, we need the right crew. And the right ship.
All right, show me some gameplay, though.
Yes. Hang on.
I hire you because you are one of the best hunters in the Outer Rim.
She's more connected than you let on, Sliro. Bess is mixed up in something bigger.
The Outer Rim is a dangerous place. Everyone is fighting for their piece of the galaxy. But all I want is to live free.
And die
So I'm
hard.
gonna risk it all.
Oh.
Hold on, Nick!
Star Wars Outlaws, pre-order available now.
I mean, what do you guys think? It's like, I can't get, like, first of all, fuck you for trying to get us to pre-order without showing gameplay. That's crazy. I think most of the time you don't want to pre-order a video game, period, anyways. Especially when it comes to games, that does not make sense. See the reviews when it comes out, like, you know, have other people play it, and then get it. You know what I mean? Like, then get it. The pre-order thing is crazy. And yeah, we're not seeing any gameplay. So that's tough. Now, I will say, I'll sort of mute this so we can kind of go through it. I mean, because it's in... Oh, God damn it. Now we're watching Sal and Comic Bab. Awesome. So I will say it does look really good. Like, graphically it looks good. It's not, like, incredible. It's not, like, super high fidelity, but it looks good. It does have a lot of Star Wars flavor all throughout. Like, I like the underground. I like the sort of politics. Seems like maybe it connects timeline-wise to when Han was in Carbonite and Jabba, so that's interesting. Maybe the opportunity for legacy characters to show up and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, it looks good, but I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm at a point with Star Wars. I've said this before, but here's the thing. Here's my final thoughts. We're at a point in entertainment where AAA and a AAA developer, specifically even somebody like an Ubisoft, right? That does not actually make me feel confident. AAA developers, AAA studios, and that whole cycle that they're on, not great. And so you tell me AAA, I am actually going to be more skeptical of a AAA game these days because of the way that industry goes. The same is true of Star Wars. Star Wars has gotten to a point, for me personally as a fan, where instead of getting like universally excited, being super hyped up no matter what, just because it's Star Wars, I instead have to kind of approach it skeptical. And I have to kind of put my arms folded and be like, I'm not so sure, bro. So when you combine both of those things, like a AAA game, Star Wars game, I got a lot of question marks, a lot of concerns. So for me, this is definitely not a pre-order. If the gameplay, like what I was looking for, like something that really would have sold me, is like the gameplay itself. And maybe there's a showcase. Chat, like, let me know, is there a showcase coming or something like that? And seeing what does it actually feel like? Because if it really feels like I'm in the Star Wars world and I'm like getting all of that, like that's flavor that I'd be really excited for. I have no idea what the game loops are. I don't know how the progression works. I have no idea. And they want you to pre-order. It's like crazy. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with Das Star Wars Outlaws and this trailer. I mean, what do you guys think? What am I way off? Are you guys saying that you love it? They showed gameplay last year. They showed gameplay a year ago. I would assume it should be more polished, better, and that they would have more to show. And frankly, the only thing I remember from the gameplay a year ago was that there's cover and stealth. Like, that's it. Is there something else? Like, was there like a mind-blowing game loop that you guys saw from the game footage last year? Because, like, I don't remember that. It seems like a kind of run-of-the-mill third-person adventure RPG with a Star Wars skin on it. For some of you guys, that would be all you need. Sold. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, not for me, bro. Like, that is not what I'm into. Like, I need even the fucking Jedi games, which I know a lot of people enjoyed. Even I was like, dude, I don't think they're good games. They're serviceable. And I think the first one in particular was so good because we had just been dicked around from Star Wars games for like a decade. But like, it's not pushing anything forward. It's not such a cool loop or even such a cool story that I feel really fucking compelled to continue doing it. It's not Mass Effect. It's not Halo. It doesn't have any of that kind of juice for me. You're just bad at platforming? I mean, you're probably right. But still, the point remains. That's how I'm feeling about Star Wars Outlaws. I don't know, guys. What else do you think? What else do you think? You guys excited about this? Like, how about this? How many of you are going to get this for sure, 100%? You're all in, and you're going to get this game. Throw a 1 into the chat. I just want to know if you're all in, man. And it's okay if you are. Like, you know, I'm not going to, like, clown on you, but not me. Couple people. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I just, no, not for me, man. Trailer was cool. It definitely, like, shows you the Star Wars aspects of it. By the way, is that Greedo behind? How's that work? It definitely is really Star Wars-y, and you kind of get the bounty hunter, you know, all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, I don't know about that shit, bro. Yeah, $70 game plus microtransactions. That's what I mean, though. Is like, you tell me, AAA game, I'm less likely to be excited about it. I'm like, oh, okay. So, probably a ton of crunch on the team. Probably overambitious promises to investors that won't be nearly as cool or finished when the game happens. Probably a shit ton of bugs, all kinds of connection issues, and then on top of that, probably microtransactions or a price tag that doesn't make sense. Like, that's what I feel like. You know? So, I don't know. I don't know, guys. For me, it's like, oh, whatever. But anyway, let's finish up some of these super chats and let's talk about Robert Downey Jr. I've been dying to talk about Robert Downey Jr. Can we talk about Robert Downey Jr.? I want to talk about Robert Downey Jr. all day. Come on, man. Okay, Elisa gifted 5 memberships. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jay Robin says, "Give me in that Diamond Lounge, baby. Also, love you, Josh. Love the more streaming energy. Definitely have a lot of talent, man. Also, Unite. Hey, appreciate you, man. But the Ahsoka watch parties were best times. Those were good. Those were fun. Did I do watch parties the whole way through Ahsoka? I think I did. 34 Virgo says, man, either way you decide, decide to go, I'm here, bro. You can't put a price on a peace of mind and family time. Yeah, that's 100% facts. Thank you, man. Frostro Damas. Hey, I like your new, is that a new profile picture, man? Look at that beard. Hell yeah. Says, I was worried yesterday, but this makes more sense. The regular videos I would watch when I could, but with the streams, I would run in. It's a vibe. Oh, hell yeah, bro. I mean, that's what we're kind of putting together, right? So I'm glad that I made this decision. You guys were trying to tell me not to do this for a long time. but I am finally happy that I decided to not listen to you. Delta Dan with a 10 spot. Appreciate it, man. Says, happy you're doing your thing, Josh. You won't have to sneak me in the back door of the Prime streams anymore. My B-Day was yesterday. I'm going to have 5 months, 29 days from one nerd dad to another. Appreciate you, man. Nate says, PSA, automatons are back and have invaded the cyber stand. Also, I think this is a net positive for the streams. Diamond Lounge soon. Love catching those replays. Yeah, we're going to do one Friday. Friday at, let's call it 7:30? 7:30 Friday? The everyday non-expert with a 10 spot says, love the streams much more than the produced videos. I will be joining the Nerd Vengers. Hell yeah. Also, watch parties are more about hanging out together than your reaction. Just food for thought. I'll consider it. Andre says, never understood streaming until I joined this community. Always appreciate your organic personality and riffing. Nerd Vengers for life. Love to you and the homies. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And then everyday non-expert, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers. To be honest, those vids were kind of corny. Hate to break it to you, Josh. No, dude, you're right. You're right. Took me a long time to figure it out, but you're right. Elliot H says, hope this change brings some more happiness into your life. Love watching your streams. You make me laugh all the time. Much love. I appreciate you, man. Rossi gifted a member. Prez says, bro, my intuition lately has been telling me I'm fucked too. Not really sure what to do. I'll open up more in the lounge, but your decision has assured me that I will figure this out. Nerd Adventures for Life, Unity. Yeah, we can talk more about it in the lounge, man. All I'll say is this. I could feel it. I couldn't figure it out. I was watching some videos of like spiritual like teachings and people that I feel like understand that stuff. And that's when I kind of realized that there was something I needed to let go. Because it was like, it was weird how it happened. Where like I'm watching this one video and then this guy says, yeah, whenever I feel really stuck, it's usually because there's something I'm holding on to that I have to let go of. And I was like, yeah, there's something like that for me. But it took me a whole nother day to then figure out what that was. You know what I mean? So I'm sure you'll figure it out, man. Give yourself time and grace. You'll figure it out. Chris, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, baby. A1 Exec FPS with a 10 spot. That's freaking awesome. Thanks for the 10, man. Says, Josh looks like Balin with that beard. Just tuned into stream watching VOD back. I appreciate you, brother. Do I look like Balin? Should I be Balin now? Can you imagine season 2 of Ahsoka and you see Balin from behind and he's got a hood on and it's fine? And then, like, he turns around and it's just fucking me. And I'm just like this. Like, come on, man. Like, that's... What a way, you know, to honor the legacy of Rey, you know? To have me get in there. There's like an ant on my camera, bro. It's fucking trying. Oh, okay, I just got it. New paralysis demon unlocked. Hell yeah. Imagine how the community would take that. Hell yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some RDJ, man. Let's talk some RDJ. Y'all like RDJ, man? Y'all like RDJ? By the way, first page of notes. Gone. Who do I got in 300? I'm not sure, man. Before, maybe Friday, we'll go over the whole thing. I'll give you all my picks. Hashtag not financial advice. So, RDJ made some comments about Tony Stark, about Kevin Feige, and I'm elated, feeling pretty good about the comments. So we want to break that down, talk about it. You know, what's the deal, man? Because there have been questions. We've been covering this a lot. You know, originally, I think many of us were like, oh, he's going to be in Secret Wars. Duh! Then there was like a moment where it felt like he wouldn't be. Like, do you guys remember that? there was some article in the trades and they said something, and then all of a sudden we were like, wait a minute. RDJ might not be back for Secret Wars. Like, what the fuck? And I think there was an effort around the time when he was, or no, it was late last year when it came out that they were considering bringing back the OG Avengers. It was that one article where everybody got super pissed at that one lady. She did that article and she was talking about how they might go back to the old Avengers. And then on the red carpet for the Marvels movie, Ash Crossan was like asking Feige about it. It was like the most uncomfortable I'd ever seen Kevin Feige in his fucking life. So I say all that to say, like, we thought, yeah, RDJ coming back for Secret Wars. Then there was a moment where we were like, I don't know. Like, it's starting to seem like maybe not. And I think in some ways the what he said in the Esquire interview really just kind of like solidifies that, yes, he will be back for Secret Wars. But it potentially hints at something even more than that. And so I want to get into that. But here's another thing. I want to tell you guys, we're going to just talk about the Iron Man thing. Like, let's be real. Like, that's why we're here. That's, the whole thing. It's about Iron Man. And, but that article that's in Esquire, I read the whole thing and I highly recommend that you do the same. In a world of clickbait and bullshit and headline reading and, articles that should have been tweets and all the SEO and all that bullshit. I mean, you know what it is. We live in a bullshit time with a bunch of bullshit going on with different articles and things like that. This article was not that. It's almost like a form of gonzo journalism. It's like a story. The guy's like telling you about how the interview went, the energy in the house, what was going on with Robert. There's a moment in the interview where the interviewer's son calls and he lets him talk to Robert, and then Robert calls the kid back, and then Robert like literally gets emotional and like cries. It's crazy. So I just want to say that we're going to ignore all of that and just talk about Iron Man, but I think you should read the entire article. I think it's actually really good, and I loved it. Reading it, I was like, dude, this is awesome. So, what did he say exactly? Well, it's at the very, very end of the article. Okay? It says right here, how about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Would he ever return to it as an Academy Award winner? Happily. It's too integral a part of my DNA. That role chose me. And look, I always say, never, ever bet against Kevin Feige. It is a losing bet. He's the house. He will always win. And that's it. That's all that's in the article. That's all that he says. Okay? And to me, considering the context of the article and how like exploratory the whole thing is throughout it, and then it's like just a little like part at the end that's about, to me, I kind of think maybe there was more that he said that had to go off the record because the quote almost feels out of place and it's just like something he wanted to throw kind of back in there, maybe for headlines. But I think for me, man, this was not just a quote where the guy said potentially I could. Or I think Kirsten Dunst recently talked about returning to the role of MJ, and she literally said something like, yeah, because I got to pay for my kids, so like those movies pay well, I would absolutely do that, right? We get a lot of actors that are asked about returning to comic book roles, and we get a lot of different answers, right? This one hit different, dude. This one was like, he didn't just say he'd be open to it. He said happily. He goes on to say, that role chose me. It's a part of my DNA. It's in my cells. What? Like, that's wild. And I mean, I tell you, he made a comment too, I want to say it was a couple of months ago, where he said, I did some of my best work in those Marvel movies. And it went unnoticed for a lot of people because of the medium and the genre. And I think that's true. And look, I think that there's a whole discussion about finality, whether bringing him back would feel cheap. There's that famous Rogan interview where they actually talk about this. This was right after he had stopped. And, him talking about it and that whole situation. And, the MCU has changed. I think the world has changed. Robert has certainly changed. Kevin Feige maybe has changed. Things are different. And to me, hearing him speak like that was not just like, oh, yeah, like I could see myself doing that. This was him kind of like peeking behind the camera and not just telling us that he's going to do it, but telling us that he's going to do it because it means something. As opposed to, no offense to her, but Kirsten Dunst, as opposed to some of these other people that will do it for a paycheck or do it for relevancy or whatever. He's telling you the role chose him and that Tony Stark is in his DNA. Right? Beyond that, he goes on to talk about Kevin Feige. Now, we live in a day and age right now where the jury's kind of out on Kevin Feige, which I personally think is crazy. I know a lot of you guys, you like to like sort of argue with me or like, sort of poke at me because I'm a huge fan of Kevin Feige. I think he's maybe the greatest producer of all time and a true genius. And obviously, yes, the last couple of years have been shaky. And a lot of that falls to Kevin Feige. He's the leader. It's automatically your fault. That's the rules of being a leader. Even if it's technically not your fault, it happened under your watch, it's your fault. Okay? And I think, given the fact that the conversation around Feige has shifted, the fact that there's some Feige hate out there, right? This dude is not just telling you, I'm coming back. He's telling you, I'm coming back, and it's going to mean something. Oh, and by the way, don't ever bet against Kevin Feige. He's the house. He will always win. I mean, if that's like the biggest stamp of approval, the most you could support that guy, like that's crazy. I saw somebody saying in chat, it does kind of feel like Michael talking about Phil Jackson and, like that kind of relationship. That's what it feels like to me. This shit feels real, bro. And it feels like at some level, he is aware of the conversations going on right now on the internet, how the fan base has sort of shifted in what they're feeling. And as like, it obviously isn't just something perfectly crafted for me, but it kind of felt that way. Because that's like my appreciation for Robert Downey Jr. and what he did in the Iron Man role is immeasurable. I've been saying to you guys, I want him back, not just for Secret Wars. I want him back. I want him all the way back, and I want him to be Tony Stark for like 10 more years. And I know some of you guys are like, no, blah, 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 blah. And I get it. I understand, finality, stakes, all those sort of things. As I've tried to say a million times, it's comics. Everybody comes back, dude. Like, that's fucking stupid. But I understand that you have that opinion. I just think it's silly. So I want him all the way back, right? And as somebody that wants him all the way back, hearing this spoken that way, especially if you read that whole article, bro, you get such an appreciation for this man. In the article, there's this thing where Pepper actor, Gwyneth Paltrow, she's talking about how having a conversation with Robert Downey Jr. is non-linear. It's like talking to a Dali painting. That is expressed in the way he talks to the interviewer, how it all goes, Robert's thoughts. He's a very deep thinking person. He's been through a lot, and he thinks of life in terms of what I would describe as metaphysical, meaning. He thinks in terms of meaning. And so it's, again, not just a check, not just a roll. It's meaning. It's in his DNA. Like, you understand the language? You hear what he's saying? So for a fan like me, dude, fuck yeah. Gets me really excited. I think number one, yeah, he's back for Secret Wars. By the way, I was told by very reliable people recently that you're going to get Hugh Jackman, RDJ, and Toby. Those are like your big three. That's going to be at least a big part of Secret Wars. Those three guys together, and that's just like chef's kiss. Kind of makes the comments made by Hugh Jackman make a little bit more sense, where Hugh Jackman's like, oh yeah, I'll come back, but only if I get to chill with Downey and Toby. That appears to be what it is. That appears to be what's happening. So I think the main takeaway from these comments, the main thing to keep in mind is like, bro, Secret Wars is about to pop off. 100%. Now, for me, I'm greedy. Can't help myself. I'm going to continue to push for him back all the way. All the way. I want him back all the way. And if we're doing this weird thing where the X-Men are in a different universe, the Fantastic Four are in a different universe, and we're blowing the whole thing up and smashing it all together and doing a new universe after that, if that's what it is, I want Robert Downey Jr. back. If they're going to build Avengers vs. X-Men, I want Robert Downey Jr. and I want him facing off against Hugh Jackman. Will that happen? I don't know. They are older gentlemen. I could see them walking away from the roles. Absolutely. But especially after these comments that were just made, I want them back. I want to watch Secret Wars with them together, and I want to watch him be Iron Man after that. One of the other things they talk about in this interview is how off the cuff Robert is. It has to feel alive for him. It has to feel fresh. So they'd be doing rewrites in the trailer. He'd be ad-libbing on set. He'd be throwing out pages of the script. Gwyneth Paltrow said at one point she stopped even learning her lines because why would she? He's just changing it up all the time. And I'm telling you right now, that energy spread to the entire cast and crew. What happened with the Infinity Saga movies was something special. It was lightning in a bottle. And I will continue to say for the rest of fucking time, he was underpaid, not overpaid. He was underpaid. $50 million a movie, underpaid. And that's why he elevated everyone around him. He gave us legendary scenes. Legendary. And I don't care. I don't care if you don't want it. I want it. I want it. I want him back. And he is coming back for at least Secret Wars and potentially more than that. So that's kind of, the take. That's the comments. That's what it means to me personally as a fan. And bro, I'm getting kind of excited. Can you imagine what the lead up to these movies is going to be, what the press tour is going to be like with all of those dudes together? Whoo, man. I am excited. So that's the take on that one, man. Love to know what you guys think about it. You think I'm going too crazy? Is it too much cope? Is it just Copium City? Let me know, chat. What do you think? Did I go crazy? Is it too much? Read the article. Like, read the article, man. Like, that energy, I want that energy back. I want him back, dude. Josh, I don't mean to cut you off, but Henry Cavill was on Jimmy Kimmel, and they were talking about Warhammer. Stop everything. Where is this? How do I find that? Stop everything. 14-minute video? We're doing it. Hang on though. Let's talk a little bit about this. Around 3 minutes in. Okay, thanks, man. We'll definitely react to that in just a second here. But I mean, what do you guys think about this RDJ shit? Like, are you feeling it? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Do you understand? Chat, do you understand? Do you get it? Hello? People have lost confidence in Marvel, but I think it's coming back. I'm back by the point of Secret Wars. Yeah, I agree with that. Joker 2 trailer is out. Locationary super chatted several times. For sure. I'll go over that. Is the Joker 2... Is it? I thought it was just a little teaser. I saw it on Twitter already. Because the real trailer drops tonight, right? I'm feeling it so much it's holding me. Oh, hell yeah. There's a bug on Josh's shirt. For real? Where? Oh my god! It's goddamn ants, bro. It's probably the one I threw off the thing. It's on my back. No! Maybe I'll just have to take all my clothes off to make sure I'm okay. Bro had the queen ant on him. Ant-Man getting revenge? Yeah, dude, he's gonna go for the butthole. Calendar time? Maybe. You know what? Maybe I'll do the calendar. If I let my beard grow long enough, it'll cover up my crotch. So if my beard goes all the way to my balls, then we can do the calendar. Twitch yoga streams? I don't know about that. Oh, you're doing that kind of streaming. Now, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, we are due for another shirtless pic. Yeah, but I got all fat, dude. I hurt my back. I got all fat. Like, I'm flabby as fuck right now. Is that why RDJ ignored Juan at the Oscars? He thinks he's too good for him now? No, I think that's just like an honest mistake. I don't think there's any malice in that. Hit that gym? I will. Reported to animal welfare. No ants were hurt during the making of this video. I think he was caught up in the moment. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think he was caught up in the moment. Yeah. Dad Bod says hate flow through you over on Twitch. Hell yeah. Hit that cheeseburger. All right, Trev, I will. Jeez. You don't have to tell me twice. You can do it, Josh. I'm not cycling 1 hour every other day. I actually did do a little biking the other day. And I was like, damn, dude. There were parts of my leg muscles that I obviously had not worked in some time. And that shit hurt. So, yowza. On Pete and Sebastian show, Sebas talks about going to RDJ house, and it was a whole experience, a hilarious pod. Yeah, he's a wild human being, dude. Like, you can just tell. You read that article, and you're like, this is a wild human being. But that energy. Like, and I think he can make the other people better. Like, that's the thing. You think about some of these other actors. Like, even Tom Holland, okay? I don't think people would be resonating with Tom Holland as much if it weren't for RDJ. I think some of those scenes in Civil War, they're brilliant. And RDJ elevates that shit. I think he did the same thing for Evans. I don't think Evans, like, I think Evans is great, but sometimes you need something to play off of. Evans in Civil War, even Age of Ultron, even the first Avengers, playing off of Robert. Yeah. Yeah, I think he needs it, man. I think we needs it back. For sure. Nope, we're not hugging, just opening the door. That's what I mean, though. And that shit's probably not in the script, bro. Like, that is coming from some place, channeling through that human being. That's what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Rob says, yo, glad you're back. Appreciate that, brother. James01 says, glad you're still here. I watch the replays every day. Keep up all the hard work you've been doing. Thank you very much. That's sweet. Aaliyah with a 10. Thank you so much. Says, reliable scooper Thwipped indicated Armor Wars is still a go. Then this phenomenal quote from RDJ. He's so awesome to not go with the Hollywood clique. Makes me think he'll appear in that too. That would be great. It would certainly improve the movie. You know what I mean? So that would be great. The Everyday Non-Expert says, bro, I've done SEO for a living since 2011. It's getting so bad. And everyone is doing SEO now. So competition is harder and greater numbers. Yeah, it is what it is, for sure. Vault Tech says, loved yesterday's video. Can't wait for more live streams. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Locationary says, bro, Joker 2 trailer is out. And then you followed up with a 10 and said the Joker 2 trailer is out. But it's just a teaser, right? Am I crazy? What am I getting I'm getting like sharp pains in my left arm. It feels weird. Yeah, it's a 27-minute teaser trailer of Joaquin Phoenix crying and screaming in the rain, right? Yeah, left arm. But it's like one little point. It's like right here. Like, oof, and it's sensitive to it too. The hell? Did the ant bite you? I don't think so. But it does hurt. Did that fucking ant bite me? Fire ant? Maybe it was Ant-Man, dude. Location says, yeah, it was just a teaser. My bad. I'm blind. Dude, you're good. You also need to you don't need to send another 5 just to say that. I appreciate you, though. I really do. Much love, man. Hey, Yova! Yova, I still watch Doc pretty regularly, but as you know, he banned me in chat. Yova, tell Doc to unban Den of Nerds. Would you? Are you having a stroke? I don't know, man. Maybe I am. Fuck it. If I'm going out screaming about RDJ, bro. You know what I mean? Cole Maynard says, man, it feels so good to have OG Papa Josh back. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Why do you always get banned and blocked by people? I mean, what do you guys think? On my way? Yeah. Thanks, man. Just tell Doc I'll be chill. I think what happened was I said he was playing a game and he was having like a rough go of it. And I think I said like, just click the heads, Doc. So, I mean, that's the thing is with you guys. Like a lot of you guys, like you get real like your buttholes about it too. But I get it because like when when a streamer is live and you go into chat, like you can't help it, man. Like you gotta, like you just like I get it. I'm on both sides. I experience it as the streamer. I experience it as the chatter. So yeah. Yeah, there's like several other things I wanted to go over. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? I mean, I don't feel like we need to watch the screaming Joaquin Phoenix, right? Probably not really. What do you guys think? Locationary. Hey, thanks, man. Again, though, you probably don't have to say send them along. So when will we have the Kickstarter perk of you narrating Chapter 1 of Unity? I was Daddy Den to read me my bedtime story. Hashtag sarcasm. Outlaws trailer? We just watched it, man. We just watched it. It was pretty cool. Didn't really sell me on the game, but it was cool. Thoughts on the Dawn of Jedi updates? You're talking about the Andor writer guy? Okay. Here's what I'll say about Andor writer guy. Like, I'm probably okay with it. I really don't like Andor. I don't know if you guys know that. Oh, yeah, thank you, Aaliyah. We're supposed to watch the Cavill thing. We will. Okay, I really don't like Andor, right? But here's the thing that's weird, and I think this is like a nuanced thing, so most people just ignore it and get mad. But it's not that I'm saying there's not quality there. It's a well-crafted show, and that includes the writing. If it was just like a Sorkin show, I'd be able to admire it for what it was. My problem with Andor is that it is not Star Wars. Not that it's not good. I also don't really think it's that great. But it's more that it's not Star Wars. Okay? But a movie called Dawn of the Jedi that's about the Jedi starting out, I would be shocked if that writing was about some simp that likes cereal and has a weird relationship with his mom. I would be shocked if you had a character that mentions his sister, starts off at a brothel, doesn't give a shit about anything, despite saying in a movie that came out 3 years earlier that he had been in a fight since he was 7 years old. All kinds of continuity, stupid. But you see what I'm saying? I don't think that's going to happen with a movie called Dawn of the Jedi. So to me, you're basically just telling me that a competent writer is going to be working on a project about the Dawn of the Jedi. That's something I can get down with, right? So as much as like I don't like Andor, I am not going to say like every person that was involved in Andor should never touch Star Wars again. You see what I mean? So I actually am down, dude. Give him his shot. Like, let's see. I'm also like, is that movie even going to happen? But if it does happen, yeah, like that's good news. That's a competent writer on it. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. All right, let's watch some Henry Cavill. I like Henry Cavill, man. Do y'all like Henry Cavill? Sorry about that.
Yes. It's been around for a long time?
It's been around since the 80s.
Since the 80s.
A grey pile of shame.
Okay.
Very small helmet, obviously.
I look like the opposite of a nerd.
Right.
You look like the quarterback or even, the offensive lineman or something like that. You're a big, handsome, muscular guy.
Hang on.
And yet...
Guys.
I was looking on your Instagram, and you certainly, I know you shouldn't say somebody looks like a nerd or doesn't look like a nerd. You don't look like a nerd.
Do I look like a nerd?
You look like the opposite of a nerd.
Right.
You look like the quarterback.
I think I basically look like Henry Cavill. You know what I mean? It's part of the reason why I like him so much. We're like exactly the same. Do I look like a nerd?
Or even, the offensive lineman or something like that. You're a big, handsome, muscular guy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
And yet... you have hobbies, the hobbies of a nerd. Would you...
I do, yes.
You do. This is something that you, I'm told, are very involved with, and this is, you're painting... What is this thing you're painting?
That's an Adeptus Custodes helmet, Jimmy. And the reason it's so elongated is because they have a bunch of super interesting technology that's encased in the top of the helmet that provides them all sorts of data and readouts, kind of like a Batman level of tech that is put as they're fighting.
That is it's a helmet.
Okay.
A very small helmet, obviously.
Tiny little helmet, and this is the full figure.
And that is a body attached
to the helmet. You painted this.
I did.
And then
Henry and I, because again, we are basically the same. We both play Custodes. That's the armor. This looks to be a custodian guard. He doesn't actually have the weapon on here, but I'm going to assume he's going to go with a spear.
Then you play with it?
You paint many of them, and then you play with them with other people.
How many of them?
Depends.
How many did you paint?
Well.
Like more than one?
It's within the confines of the hobby.
We call it our gray pile of shame.
Yes.
You great pile of shit.
I have a big old, pretty nice size gray pile of shame.
Yeah, because they start off gray, and I have a very large gray pile of shame.
See, we're the same.
Are they
we're the same
metal
person.
or are they plastic?
They are plastic. They used to be metal, but now they're all plastic.
Used to be. This is something. It's called Warhammer, right?
Warhammer, yes.
It's been around for a long time.
Been around since the 80s.
Since the 80s, and you picked up on it when and how?
I probably picked up on it late 80s, and then really got into it early 90s. Went to boarding school. Was already unpopular.
And you guys didn't have video games. You guys didn't have a Sega Genesis, I guess, is what happened, huh?
Well, weirdly enough, my brothers and I all had PCs when we were growing up. And we stole our mother's dining room table, which she's still unhappy about. And we just put all our PCs on there and connected them by a cable. And played
LAN.
games that way.
To play games.
Yeah.
But this is really old-fashioned. This is like a game with.
Did y'all ever do LANs, man? The Halo 2 era of LAN parties, oh, that was lit. Because, yeah, you could do that with Counter-Strike, and we would do that sometimes with Counter-Strike, but, dude, like, we couldn't afford PCs. Like, all my friends didn't have, like, PCs until much later. So when Halo 2 dropped and they brought some of that PC shit to Xbox, oof, the LANs, yeah, man.
No computer engineering whatsoever.
Yeah. You actually have to hang out with real people.
You have to hang out with people.
Yeah.
And then is it like Dungeons and Dragons where you roll dice?
Yes.
Yes, in the sense that you do roll dice, yeah, but not like Dungeons and Dragons, because Dungeons and Dragons, I think, is more about an adventure you take like one little model on, right? With your other friends who have one little model. And this is more about armies. So you build armies of these guys, and then you play against someone else in a war scenario.
And is it like marbles where you will you get to keep the marbles, you get to keep the figures if you kill them?
No.
Or
No. That would be.
So there's no penalty whatsoever for losing.
It's not about the losing.
It's about the winning.
It's about the taking part.
It's about playing.
It's about the journey
very
along
British.
the way.
It is actually
About
very
winning or
British.
losing.
That's like the only thing I don't like about Warhammer. It is very British, and GW is a British company, but we're not going to hold it against them.
About being there.
It's about being there and inhaling a lot of paint fumes with your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And this
kids,
relaxes you, I assume? This is like something that brings you down to like zero?
Look, I love it, but I get very frustrated with it at times.
Why?
Because you want to be good at it, right?
Sure.
And
What do you mean good at it?
painting, for example.
okay.
Painting,
You
playing,
can mess up
strategy.
painting for many, many years before you get one thing right.
Yeah.
And then you have to do an army of them.
Yeah.
And then you have to compare them next to someone else's who's really good.
Yep.
But then couldn't you just like grab a mirror and look in it and go like, yeah, I'm fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess. I mean, shit, I do that shit too. There we go.
You, where did you grow up?
Jersey, the island of Jersey.
Oh, okay, not our island. No,
No, not New Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah, it took
What
me a while to
town
get
in
rid of the
Jersey? Oh yeah, I think
Up until the solar eclipse.
I saw you at Springsteen last night, I think.
Yeah, Old Jersey, the original Jersey.
The original, oh yeah, the old, oh yeah, I guess that's named after, yeah, okay.
Go figure. Then goes for New England.
Yeah, and in Jersey, is it like, did they invent like uniforms and stuff there? Like, is that a thing, Jersey?
I actually think there may be something to that.
Oh, interesting.
But we're otherwise famous for cows.
Is that the only part of Warhammer he talks about? Or does he talk about like the Warhammer cinematic universe? Because like, does fucking Jimmy know he's making the new, like the next MCU? Like, what are we doing here? Is that it, chat? Or is there any more Warhammer talk here?
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, Jersey cows.
Jersey cows.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
Did you have any cows growing up?
I did not. There were lots of cows around. Beautiful cows, by the way. And if anyone plans on getting into farming, very high cream yield for a small cow.
Oh.
What?
Speaking of cows, this is up my alley now. You've got this, I know Guy Ritchie, the director who you worked on this project with, you worked on multiple projects with, he has this thing, what does he call this again?
That's a wild kitchen.
A wild kitchen, which is like a kitchen setup. It's
That's
like,
probably all the Warhammer talk, huh? That's all I get? No mas? No mas Warhammer? Oh, well. I guess we can just call it there. Watch the Marvel Coca-Cola thing. That's actually a good idea. I thought that was cool, man. Let's watch it together, though.
Well, kind of a
Because that was cool to see. And I thought it was like trending and shit, too, which was interesting. Coca-Cola. Where's the trailer? Okay, here we go. Hang on. Just restart it so everybody... Hang on. Hang on, you stupid thing. Okay, here we go. Coca-Cola... and also, throw a 1 in the chat if you're going to go collect all 30 of these stupid cans like me. Yeah, this is kind of cool. Check this out. Juggernaut! All right, Sam. Yeah. Daredevil coming out of the comic. Nice. That Avengers music, baby? It's got like really good MCU music. This is kind of dope, bro. Colossus! Ooh, Black Widow, Wolverine. Yeah, Deadpool eating popcorn. Okay, but real talk, if a Coca-Cola randomly appears with the cap off in front of you, I hope we know, don't drink that shit. Like, you're an adult, don't drink that shit. But it's cool for the commercial. Guys, that might be my favorite commercial ever, okay? And also, too, you know, far be it for me to get hyperbolic and to get all excited and make it something that it's not. But doesn't that just seem like the feel that we all want from Marvel? Like, isn't that the feeling, man? And, like, enough of, like, this version, that version, all this. Like, dude, we just want the Marvel characters together. Like, dude, something about this commercial, like, that's what Marvel needs to be. Like, Kevin needs to watch this commercial. Maybe he already did. Maybe he's already involved. But it's like, you need to look at this commercial and just, like, that is the feeling all the Marvel shit needs to have. It doesn't need to be divisive. It doesn't need to dip into politics. Doesn't need to do any of that. Just do the fun Marvel shit with the fun Marvel characters, some dope Marvel music, and then bada boom, bada bing, we're fucking out. That's it. Like, seriously, you know what it reminds me of, too? It reminds me of the old Santa Coke commercials, or like with the polar bears that they used to do. Sometimes a commercial can really hit you in the feels. And this hit me in my Marvel feels, baby. Yeah, it does kind of, how far we've fallen. It does kind of show, the juxtaposition is wild. Like, it really does kind of make you feel that. You guys want to watch it again? Should we watch it again? I kind of want to watch it again. Yeah, let's do it. Comic shop, man, looking great. I love Juggernaut being this big, bro. Like, I don't know if he needs to be that big, but he should be huge. Yeah. Woo! Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Nailing it. Feels good. Don't drink it. Man, I feel like that is what the fanfare used to do for us. I used to get this same exact feeling every single time I sat in the movie theater and I heard the fanfare and I watched the Marvel logo come in. I had this exact same feeling crystallized, and it still feels good, man. And hey, maybe a sign of things to come. I like it. I dig it. So yeah, that's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Like, I saw that and I was like, damn, like, dude, that is like feel good, you know? So that's good stuff. Okay. A couple other things I wanted to go over. Couple other things. Let's see here. There's some leakage stuff with Deadpool. Maybe we can, I don't know. Maybe we can go over that in a little bit. Oh, you know what I did want to go over? Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm typing into the search bar right now on Twitter, James Gunn. By the way, I'm still following James Gunn. After all, you know, after everything we've been through, I'm still following him, and I'm still trying to root for him. Where's the? Oh wait, no, this wouldn't be on his shit. This would be he did this on like his debunking, or what do we call it? Bedunking. He bedunked the new Superman shit. Okay. All right, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this, ladies and gentle beings. So I think this is one of the last things we went over before I took my break. Last Wednesday, we were talking about some rumors out there about James Gunn's Superman movie. And the rumor is that Lex Luthor is going to create an evil clone of Superman, and that will be something that Superman has to fight at the end of the movie, and it's going to be like Ultraman. So they're kind of like blending Ultraman from the comics, from like Earth 3, and a little bit of like Bizarro, but really it's more like I mean, it honestly feels a lot like Doomsday from Zach's thing, okay? And this was interesting to me because a lot of you guys didn't like that. By the way, let me know in the chat how you feel about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And it was a weird one for me because I saw a lot of people like, I don't like that. Like, that's silly. That seems dumb. We've done that many different times. Whereas I was kind of like with it. Like, I was like, dude, that's cool. Like, I could see what he's doing here. And also, Gunn did, he did like a little evil Superman movie, Brightburn, I think. So I was like, this could be interesting. Like, Gunn could make commentary on all the evil Superman stuff that's been out there. Evil Superman's very popular, either at DC or the derivatives of Superman that are evil all throughout. Your Omni-Mans, your freaking The Boys guy, Anthony Starr, blanking on him, his name. But like, you've seen it about Homelander. Like, you've seen that shit before, right? And I was like, well, this could be interesting because he's the OG. Maybe Gunn could do something commentary-wise here, and all of that. But a lot of fans did not like it, right? So interestingly, Gunn himself debunks it. I think the next day, I believe. And here's what he says here. The primary protagonist of Superman is my wife. No, I'm just kidding. Shockingly, Superman. The main villain of Superman is shockingly Lex Luthor. I don't know where all the stuff is coming from that it's something other than this. There are so many stories coming out every day. It's difficult to deal with, and every time I strike something down, I'm giving it attention. Okay? So I'll say again, don't believe anything unless you see it here. And why would you want to know everything before the movie comes out anyway? Heart, fish thing. Okay, so he badunked it, right? It's not real. Do you guys believe him? Do you think he actually badunked it? What do you think? So, I don't think he badunked it. And we know that Gunn has a history, and I'm going to be like super charitable here. I'm going to be super charitable. We know that Gunn has a history of kind of talking out of both sides of his mouth. So famously, our interaction was based on me saying he didn't like Henry Cavill, and I had heard that he was going away from Henry Cavill. He kind of like says that he likes Henry Cavill, but then like fires him, I think like 3 days later, right? There's the Middle Eastern comedian who was in a version of the movie. Gunn had talked to him about being in the movie. And Gunn got caught up in this situation where there was like a spin to it where it was people were trying to say that Gunn was removing that actor because of something to do with the conflict in the Middle East. And so Gunn had to come out and say, I did talk to him, but he was never assigned, and something in the movie changed, and he was no longer in the movie. So that proves that, like, when Grace was talking about the conflict in the Middle East, that there's some truth to that. Like, the thing about people that lie is eventually you start to notice that they can't keep their story straight. So, like, in order to look innocent of discrimination against this actor, he had to come out and basically admit that there was a version of the script where there was conflict in the Middle East, proving that the other rumors and reports were real, right? And if you look at Gunn, and I think, look, I was like screaming this to high heavens after our particular situation, because you got to be very, like, you got to really pay attention to what he is saying. He obfuscates, and he sort of used doublespeak and vague statements that maybe are technically true, but don't actually debunk or badunk things in the way you would actually think, right? I've been saying that for a while. That's what he does. And I think this is another example of that. So if you think about what he said, like, let's read it again. He said the primary protagonist of Superman is, shockingly, Superman. Okay. The main villain of Superman is, shockingly, Lex Luthor. Okay. So the protagonist is Superman. The antagonist is Superman. I don't know where all this other stuff is coming from. It's something other than this. Who's saying it's something other than that? The leak itself suggests that Lex will be fighting against Superman as the main villain by use of his mind and his technology. And part of that will manifest in making the clone. So the leak doesn't contradict at all what he is saying here, right? There's so many stories coming out every day. It's difficult every time I strike something like that. I mean, that's kind of what I've been saying for a while, motherfucker, is like, don't do that because you're just bringing attention to it. So I'll say again, don't believe anything until you see it here. And then he has to add this last part of, like, why would you want to know everything before a movie comes out? Anyways, I get his perspective on it, But leak culture is absolutely a thing, and people love knowing that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. Like, people like knowing stuff. And because he didn't directly shoot down the clone Superman thing, I don't think he's actually debunking it. But here's what I want to know from you. Do you think he is debunking this? Like, right now, this statement, do you think that Gunn is debunking the leak about Ultraman? Like, and it's okay if you do. Because my point is, I think a lot of people do think that. And the thing I'm curious about is, how are those people going to feel if the Ultraman clone thing is actually in the movie? Because I don't even have a big problem with it. I actually think it could work. But he is kind of out here right now telling people, don't worry, that shit ain't real. I would never do a stupid clone Superman storyline that's been done a million fucking times. I'm Gunn. I'm more original. It's Lex Luthor and Superman. So don't worry, guys. Because a lot of the energy and a lot of the things I saw from fans was like, that is stupid. I don't want a clone of Superman. Again, it's ironic, and we're in a topsy-turvy, like, bizarro land ourselves, because I actually think it could be cool. I think I understand what he's trying to do with it. But a lot of fans didn't like it. And so, by coming out and doing this, which, by the way, James, you didn't have to say shit for, like, the past 3 years. You didn't have to say any of that. By coming out and saying this, I feel like you are setting your fans up for disappointment. I think if there is indeed an evil clone Superman in this movie, a lot of people are going to be pretty pissed. And I don't think they're going to take a charitable look at you and the way you talk online. You keep showing people who you are. It's okay. But it is who you are. And I think that you're going to run out a road of goodwill, and people are just going to kind of see it for what it is. And then the shit you say becomes meaningless. So I just think, look, maybe it is bullshit. Maybe he's like literally rewriting it out or writing it out of the script like right now, like he did with the Middle East thing. That's possible. But I gotta be honest, dude. If you thought it was a good idea, how dare you let social media tell you otherwise? Who's writing this fucking movie? You or Reddit? What's happening here? You can't be reactionary like that and actually tell a story. Are you a storyteller? When you were sitting alone in your zone writing this shit out, did you think it was a good idea? Then stick with that. So I don't know, man. I feel like this motherfucker's about to get his hand stuck in the cookie jar. Like, this feels weird because I'm pretty fucking sure it's in the movie. And now a bunch of people are going to walk out and be like, what? But James said. You feel me? So I don't know. I mean, maybe no Ultraman. Probably Ultraman. You know what I mean? Like, probably clone Ultraman in the movie. And again, I don't even have a problem with it. I think it's cool. But I think he's setting himself up for a bad time by doing this. And by doing it again, like, bro, just get off Twitter, man. I know. I'm addicted to it too. But I deleted it off my phone, and it was good. So, yeah, that's what I think about this shit. Whew. I think he's setting himself up for a bad time. What do you think, chat? What do you think? What do you think, chat? Holy shit, we're still going? Yeah, what? How long have we been going? We're gonna go at least 45 more minutes, man. We're gonna at least make it to 3 hours today. That's what I want to do. I am getting a little bit hungry. Let me check one thing out here. Wait 1 second here, chat. See what you guys are saying. You're spoiling us? Oh, yeah, a little bit. Doomsday was a corruption of Zod's body, not a clone. I guess. Yeah, in BVS, I guess that's true. Love it. You said we're going to get longer streams, and day one is a 3-hour stream. Hell yeah. I just tuned in because you hoodwinked me with your Until Wednesday talk. Has anyone triggered you yet? I don't know. I don't think so. Middle East shit was dumb as fuck. I don't know why he even had that in the script. Yeah, you're not wrong. Lex can be the main villain if he's the one who clones Super. Yeah, totally. I just want an intellectual Lex that has character growth, not some 2D villain. Interesting. I get you on that. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I want to do... What is this one? I think that's the one. Yeah. Cool. Not gonna lie, you cooked. Gunn is a good storyteller, so trust that and stop cucking yourself on Twitter. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, Triple H is a content creator for WWE. Well, who's the guy that's like now in charge? Like, didn't one of the I thought it was Triple H. He like took over for McMahon or whatever. Josh, love this channel. Is gonna be stream focused. Your streams are awesome, man. Keep it up, brother. Appreciate you, Sean. No, it's not The Rock. Nick Khan is the... Yeah, it's Triple H. It's not The Rock, guys. Did you see my Anthony Mackie shade? I did not see your Anthony Mackie shade. What were you saying? Triple H is CCO. Hey, Adam. That doesn't matter. That's a fake promotion. He has no real power. You get it? You see what I said? Because that's what everybody said about Dave. Are you going to be playing games on stream now? Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about trying it out a little bit. A couple of games I want to give a shot. Commercial proves that Sam as Captain America isn't the issue. Just saying. Yeah. So you're saying it's a Mackie thing. Well, too late for us, I guess, huh? Delta Dan, thanks for gifting a membership, man. Appreciate you. Just the 2 omnibuses of Hickman's FF run. It's lit. Yeah, dude. It's good stuff. Josh, what if Gunn changes it to make it so Lex brought Ultraman to fight Superman from another Earth instead because of the leaks? I don't hate that. I would prefer that, honestly. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see, I guess. I guess we'll see. For the YouTube algorithm, is there a balance between volume and quality? It just kind of depends. It depends on what you're doing, man. So, it really just depends on the channel, the content. Who are the people watching that? I can't give you like a Like, I think ultimately more videos the better. Like, there's these channels out there, they call them I think they call them, I don't remember. There's like a word for them because it's like a factory and they just like constantly crank out content. Like Moon. Do you guys know the channel Moon? So Moon does highly produced videos every single day. And he's been caught several times stealing other people's content and scripts. And so a lot of those channels, like, they're very successful because they're able to do what is otherwise impossible. Yeah, Content Mill. Yeah, that's what it's called. They're able to do what's otherwise impossible, mostly because they're stealing content. But the reason it works is because if you can nail high produced content, very engaging and interesting, and do it over and over and over and over, like, yeah, for sure, that'll definitely work. Faux show. Mr. Moon? I think the channel's just called Moon. I could be wrong. Bully Hobby Time just did a Western Warhammer scene. I think you dig it. What is that? I don't know what you're talking about there, man. Josh, if you can read my comments, I just want to make sure you know what you and your content has done for me. You all saved me, and I am so grateful. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate that, brother. And I can read your comments for sure, man. Appreciate you. Okay, Locationary says, what are you going to do watch parties for Acolyte? Or will you see how it is at first and decide? Yeah, I don't think I want to do watch parties for Acolyte because, frankly, I don't want to get super toxic. And depending on how that show goes, like, I might really not like it. So it would be better to, like, collect my thoughts and talk about it on stream the next day. CC Ride says, I'm behind because I had to pause, but this stream is fire. Give me RDJ and let's go, baby. Oh, hell yeah. Rossi says, what do you have more disdain for, British or Canadians? Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because, like, Britain's like the original bad guys to America, but Canada still has the Queen on their money. So they're like similar, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. Probably British. Christopher says, how do you personally deal with haters / harassment on Twitter? Seems like that app is getting worse. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to check out. I've done that recently. But I think, like, here's my strategy for, like, hate and dealing with haters. Is, like, and I know this is going to sound so corny, but you've got to find your way back to love. Real talk, a lot of these haters are sad motherfuckers that have horrible lives, empty souls. You know, they're living a life that if I had, I'd probably be a fucking hater too, you know? And if you can just find your way to empathy for these people and just try to remember that, like, man, that motherfucker's not doing all right. I think that's, you gotta find your way to love, man. Like, I know it's corny, but the way out is love and gratitude. That's it. There is no other way. Like, anger, aggression, revenge, all of these other things, the dark side, period. You have to try to find your way back to love. And it's hard for me sometimes because, like, you know, speaking of the J. Cole thing, when we talked about earlier, I get really fucking angry. And I'm really an emotional being. I'm not there. I'm not J. Cole. I cannot. I don't know. Maybe someday. But I'm not there. I'm like 3-4 steps removed. Because, like, I can say all this to you guys right here and now. And then, like, something will piss me off and I'll... my blood will be up and I'll be very angry again. It's difficult for me personally to find my way back to love a lot of the time, because I like violence and I'm very angry. You know, I've got a lot of shit I'm working on. So that's the answer, though. What's up, Brian? How you doing? How you doing over there? How you doing? Delta Dan, thanks again for the gifted, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. I really like when you talk about philosophy, like the Alan Watts stuff you did a few months back. Yeah. No, I mean, that stuff's very meaningful to me, you know? Resonates with me on a very deep level, so I like talking about it, too, for sure. What is this man angry about? Right now, nothing except your little snide comment, Super Stylist 75 trademark. What's the trademark for anyways, motherfucker? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Trademark? You and all the kids at recess talk about your trademark? Special little boy with your trademark? You see what I mean? Like, I'm not there. I'm not Cole. Like, I'm just not there. But I'm trying. I'm gonna try to find love for Super Sly 75 trademark with the, like, let's go to this motherfucker's channel. Like, who is this guy? Super Sly 75. Super Sly 75. Let's see here. Super Sly 75. I found you, dog. 39.9K subscribers. Wait. Hang on. Damn, dude, you be actually doing a lot of videos. That's interesting. What's the trademark for, though, bro? Come on now. Let's see here. Let's see if I agree with a lot of your takes here. That's interesting. I'll say this. You're putting in work. That's for sure. Definitely putting in that work. Good for you. Do you have shorts going too? Damn, you got shorts going too? All right, Super Sly. Oh, what's this one? Wait a minute. When you're bored and you watch too many Miami Vice, you're like loading a pistol or something like that? That's interesting. All right, man. All right. You got some cool cats. I dig it. Nice, man. And so that's like a black bomber, man, on your thing? Man, I'm a fan. I'm going from a hater to a fan now. Interesting. I'm going to give you a subscribe. There you go. What is the TM about, though? What's that about? Josh, I messaged you on Discord. Can I get the link to Unity Discord? Are you a collector? Because that Discord is only for collectors. And maybe you are, and maybe I should be getting those links out to all the collectors. But if you're just a regular backer, that's not what that Discord is for, man. Very J. Cole of you, Josh. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, a couple other things I want to get into, guys. We're going to go for like a half hour more here. Okay, here's the next one. All right, we need to talk about this. Just because I don't get it. I don't understand it. Look at this. Dazzler. What? Like, I guess she's had short hair before in the comics, but what? Redhead, short hair. This is the way they're doing Dazzler. I mean, I don't know, man. Feels like a misstep, too, because the whole thing with Dazzler right now, I mean, Dazzler's so hot right now. Taylor Swift and the rumors of her being Dazzler, that was literally causing the Dazzler #1 in the first appearance to skyrocket in value. All based off of just a rumor that she was going to be in there. And now we've got Dazzler coming in, and she doesn't even look like Dazzler. Like, am I crazy here? Invincible greater than? God damn it, Adam. See, this is it. Now everybody's trying to trigger me on purpose. Yeah, I just don't know, man. What do you guys think? I think it's kind of whack. Oh, I see what you're saying, Adam. You're saying that because I said X-Men 97 was better. You know, I did watch the finale of Invincible. I thought it was cool, but it's a little all over the place. And also, question for Invincible readers. Isn't Angstrom supposed to bring all the Invincibles in? Aren't we supposed to get the Invincible War? The finale was underwhelming. I mean, here's the thing I'll say about the finale. To me, like, look, one thing, Elisa fucking hated it. She's kind of over Invincible, so they kind of lost her this season. For me, though, I was like, okay, I think the core of why this comic works is the characters and the soap opera elements. So just like in The Walking Dead, the real juice of The Walking Dead is the relationships. It's a zombie book, but it's really about the relationships. That's kind of the same thing with Invincible. Invincible is a superhero thing, multi-dimensional, timeline stuff, all the comic stuff, but it's really about the characters. So to me, like, I felt that. And so for me, there's an emotional thread there that I really like. And I'm like, damn, like, that's the essence. And when you boil it down to that, I really like it. But this season was kind of a miss for me. Like, there's good shit here, but it's really uneven. And I personally feel like maybe the big reason that we had the delay and maybe the big reason that Invincible's having trouble, like, because think about this. Invincible did one season, and it wasn't until the whole season aired that they greenlit season 2. Then it was like almost 3 years later, right, when they had the next season. They have a weird break in the middle of the season, and we have no idea when the next season is coming out, right? Well, conversely, Amazon is putting out all of Fallout, I'm pretty sure tomorrow at 9:30 at night. On top of that, they greenlit season 2 before they air any of the Fallout show. So I'm kind of sitting back and I'm like, what's going on? Why is Fallout getting this treatment? And why is Invincible going back to the old time, delayed, and has a weird split season? Like, what's the deal? What's the difference? And I have a theory on it. And my theory is that there's probably a little bit of beef, a little bit of tension between Kirkman, his team, and Amazon. And I think part of that could be because Kirkman is looking at this massive story with all kinds of twists and turns. I mean, like, you know, the robot and Monster Girl thing when they go into the Flaxen Dimension, time travel arc with Mark. Like, there's so much that happens in Invincible. And I think Kirkman is trying to distill that into a television format, and he's trying to figure out how to do it properly so it feels satisfying to the television audience. And like just the other day, he was teasing, I think it's Titan and Battle Beast, that they're definitely going to be in season 3. And he was saying something like, he wants every episode of season 3 to feel like a finale. Right? Did you see this, right? So to me, I kind of read between the lines there, and I'm like, so he knows he probably fucked up by not having Battle Beast and Titan. He wants to let fans know they're coming. I think he probably knows he fucked up with the pacing because it's a weird season. And he's kind of trying to, like, signal that they're changing it up. So, to me, I'm like, I feel like that could be kind of what's happening, and that could probably be why you get a lackluster season 2. And I still like the season. I'm still riding with Invincible. I like the book. I like the characters. I'm riding with them. But I kind of think that might be what's going on, you know? And I saw a bunch of people saying in chat, he's not dead. So Angstrom is not dead, even though he gets smashed to pieces? How's he not dead? Or is it like a time travel thing? Is it because Mark went back in time and technically he's still alive or something like that? The way you just described The Walking Dead perfectly explains why the main lead of the show, Andrea Lincoln, would be Reed for the Fantastic Four. Wouldn't she be Sue, though? Wouldn't she be Sue? I think Amazon treated an animated show differently than live action, and they're regretting it. Yeah, that could be. The big one I don't get is the release time. I still don't understand that. Like, they're literally doing all of Fallout tomorrow at 9:30. That's a reasonable fucking time. So why'd they change it for Invincible Season 2? I don't get it at all. Andrew Lincoln is the GOAT. We want him as Reed. He'd be good as Reed. For sure. So dumb to drop Fallout all at once. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, there's pros and cons, right? So if you do the whole show at once, you're going to cause like a lot of buzz in a short period of time. You're also probably going to chart on like Nielsen, Parrot Analytics, all those. What's the other one? There was another one that's like in that circle. So like that's kind of the benefit. But yeah, I think that you lose the water cooler talk. Certain shows I think would benefit from a binge. Like I'm thinking about Bad Batch specifically. Samba, right? Yeah, that's the other one. So I like Bad Batch. I feel like Bad Batch would do better if it all came out at once. The show does not have enough juice each week to even really create that water cooler talk. It doesn't chart at all. So you could fix those problems by just releasing it all at once. You have a lot of engagement quick. Maybe it charts, looks better for investors and all that bullshit, right? So I don't know. They try different things. Like maybe with Fallout, maybe they don't think it has the juice to do that each week. I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that they just fucking flip a coin over there. I don't know. I kind of get the feeling they don't really have a great strategy. The pacing is so bad for Bad Batch. I like the pacing in Bad Batch in particular episodes, but overall, yeah, it's a little whack. But I'm still enjoying it. I think Bad Batch is great, actually. But, like, nobody's really talking about it. You know? Grace Randolph said Fallout is good. That's cool. Although, frankly, I usually follow Grace more for her leaks and reports and her business stuff. Her takes on like her actual reviews and stuff, I don't feel as I don't like it as much. Jack says, could you maybe make a community post every month for the homework we're supposed to read in case we forgot or missed? Also, USM has been cool. What's USM? What the hell? Am I missing something? Nick C with a 10 spot. Appreciate you, bro. Says, massive W on your decisions, Josh. I look forward to your streams, but haven't watched your individual videos for almost a year now. So you're the reason? You're the fucking reason that I gotta quit and do it? No, I'm just kidding. This seems more suited for your talents. More thoughts, sauce. Ooh, I like that. But you should know the first rule of the thought sauces is we don't talk about that shit. Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Sausage Monkey. It's a great book. It's a great book. Comics Man says, hey, I think you missed my super chat. Am I blocked? No. Let me look up and see if I... The Comics Man? The Comics Man? I don't see it, bruh. I don't see the Comics Man. The Comics Man. Hey, there it is. Thanks for the stream, Josh. Seriously. No, I see it, bro. Appreciate you. It's your 10th super chat, too. Thank you. What's thought sauce? I don't know. Is Invincible good enough for me? I think it's a fun show. If you like superhero stuff, I think Invincible's really great. First season's like 10 out of 10. Second season, maybe like an 8 out of 10. Some people might say lower. Some people might say higher. I like the second season still. That's the Dazzler costume she had in the OG X-Men show. Yeah, the one that they canceled, right? Pride of the X-Men, I think. Right? Bad Batch is literally copy-paste from Mando. What? What do you mean by that? Copy-paste from Mando. What do you mean by that? I used to get stoned as fuck to thought sauce. Yeah, those were the days, man. That was like in the height of the pandy. And we got into some real juice over there, that's for sure. Aw, shit. Here we go again. Josh, you read my super chat, but didn't wish me a belated happy birthday. But it's good. Okay. I'm just kidding. Hey, happy belated birthday, bro. You thought I was going to just ignore it? No, happy birthday. Let's see here. Heard any news from The Boys season 3? Wouldn't it be? Isn't it season 4? Isn't it season 5, bro? What the hell? I hope they execute Butcher and Homelander beef. Mid-batch? Damn. Damn, dude. You gotta explain that to me. Can you explain that? What do you mean copy pasta for Mando? What are you talking about? You just shocked me so much you turned me into a Canadian. Hey Justin, what are you talking about? Don't like the Bad Batch, eh? Well, I'll just have a Molson and play some hockey with the kids, eh? Bad Batch feels quite different than Mando to me. Yeah, me too. Dude's hyping up Young Adventures Jedi, says Bad Batch is mid. That's fair. That sounded Scottish. No, it didn't. You sounded Scottish. Think about it. What shirt is that? It's a Wolverine shirt. It's a Wolverine shirt. Maybe you heard of him. He's Canadian too. God, this stream is too Canadian, man. I don't want no mo. I don't want no mo. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. Oh, here comes one from Rossi. My biggest criticism of Dave is the Filoni filler episodes. Every show he does has them. What do you think that is, Josh? Bad written or studio demands? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, look, for Ahsoka, I think it's just... I wouldn't say bad writing, but I would say... I mean, look, here's what I heard about that. Some of what was supposed to be in season 1, particularly some stuff at the end, was removed, and that may have been a studio decision. Okay? To me, Ahsoka's weird. First 3 episodes were like, 4 to 6, amazing. Some of the best Star Wars I've ever seen. 7 and 8 were... 7 in particular was like, I've never seen a Pan Ultimate episode that was like that. And I think that's because it wasn't originally going to be a Pan episode. Pan Ultimate. So, I don't know, man. I think what you're seeing with Ahsoka is Dave's lack of experience helming a full show on his own. Because even if it is studio interference, bro, that happens on every show. You got to deal with it, and you still got to deliver the goods, right? So that's still on Dave, ultimately, but that's probably a little bit of what I think it is. As far as the animated stuff, I don't know. Maybe, so I never watched Buck Rogers, right? But was that a Buck Rogers thing? Like, did they do that a lot during Buck Rogers where... Because Buck Rogers is really like serial, episodic. Did they have a lot of filler episodes and shit like that? I don't know. Maybe it's a George thing too, carrying over. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's certainly interesting. Chillin' says, haven't been able to super lately because things are still in flux. Still riding, though. Congrats on finding your best way forward. Streaming is just way too fun. Nerd Vengers for life. Take my money, Unity. Yeah, totally, man. I mean, and I appreciate it, Chillin'. You don't ever have to worry about that. By the way, Chillin', that green name and that badge, that could disappear too, and you're still good with me, man. I've had people have to do that for whatever reason. Life gets hard. Things get tight. I appreciate all the support. I try to add a lot of value for the people that do support, but I also totally understand, you know, things are hard, man. Like, I still think this economy is kind of fucked up, like, and tight for people. So I get it. I do. Josh, will you be playing Star Wars Outlaws? Missed your breakdown. I don't know, bro. I need to see a little bit more. I do not know about that game. I guess I would say I am currently unsold. They did not sell me on that game yet. Okay, Grogu is literally Omega. Asajj is lit, but she's Ahsoka. They both being hunted for the blood of Palps. It's literally got the same bounty hunters looking for them. Let me think about that for a second. Grogu is literally Omega. Asajj is lit, but she's Ahsoka. They are both being hunted with blood for Palps. It's literally got the same bounty hunters looking for them. Do you ever hear a comment or read something and immediately you know the person's right and there's no defense against it, but you're desperately trying to figure out a way to tear down their argument and deny that they made a good point? Nah, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. Good try, though. That was a good attempt, though. All right. What else is going on? Do you guys want to talk about the Deadpool 3 leaks and scoopers, and then we'll call it a day? Does that sound good? Should we talk about some leakage? Should we? Should I put the old spoiler shit up and talk about it? Get into a little spoiler stuff here, huh? Yeah. Yeah, a little spoilers. Only if it'll make us happy. Well, I don't know how it's going to hit you, Eric. You know, all I can do is put it out there and try to use my commentary to affect the way it hits you and make you feel a certain way of it by framing it either negatively or positively and using my influence to ruin shit or make people hyped up for shit. All I can do is... Okay, here we go. Let's check this out. Let's check this out. Deadpool! Very convincing. I'm in. Hell yeah. All right, here we go. Okay. Let's talk some spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine. Wait, put the spoiler shit on there. Oh, no, hang on. I don't have it on this screen. Hang on. Okay. That looks pretty good right there. Yeah. I don't think anybody will miss that. Okay, here we go. No, I'm just kidding. Come on. What the fuck? That's ridiculous. Oh, boy. Maybe like that? Does that feel good there? I don't know. Okay, so check it out. A couple of different things going on here. Deadpool Wolverine. This comes from Can We Get Some Toes? TVA's Taylor will give Deadpool a new suit and adamantium katanas to match Wolverine. Well, that's pretty cool. Adamantium katanas? I mean, maybe I'm an easy mark, but I'm in. Also, over here, we've got this. 2 hours and 10 minutes for Deadpool. Respectable. In fact, I think we should golf clap for that. Just get a golf clap going on. You know? 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm not cheering. I'm not screaming. But I'm cool. You know? Like a little golf clap. Okay. What else is going on? Well, this shit's going on, and it's kind of weird. Deadpool and Wolverine seems to have a lot of promotional material that is teasing these exact versions, different variants of Deadpool, right? So you got Dogpool over here, you got Kidpool, who apparently will not be played by the kid from the Atom Project. You've got Headpool over here, which comes from the zombie universe. That's really cool. I don't know which variant that is. There's like a glare on there. Does it say here? Baby Pool. Okay, so you got Baby Pool coming in, and again down here you've got will not be played by Walker. Why can't I say Walker? Walker Scobell. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. It seems like they really will be putting out there that Dogpool, Kidpool, Headpool, and Baby Pool are going to be in this thing. It seems like some of the other cameos they're going to kind of keep to themselves. Reminds me a little bit of Spider-Man No Way Home. In Spider-Man No Way Home, they talked a lot about the other villains. Those were not only in the trailers, but in the promotional stuff. But they kept the juice, Toby and Andrew, off all of the promotion, which is interesting, right? But there's another element here, which, oh boy. Let's talk about this, okay? And I'm going to try to be kind about this, but we also have to have a conversation about leakers and about the community. So, Alex Perez, how many of you guys know Alex Perez? Throw a 1 into the chat. I talk about Alex a lot, okay? Because he's got, at least I thought, pretty good sources. Very reliable, has a good track record, okay? So let's read here what Alex is currently saying, and then I want to talk about what Alex has said in the past, and I want to talk about scoopers. I want to talk about how, like, bro, like, y'all need to chill, we need to chill, everybody needs to chill. Let me explain what's going on. So Alex says, yeah, so if you're expecting a whole X-Men cast reunion for Deadpool 3, lower your expectations all the way down to avoid disappointment. What was originally established is no longer coming to fruition. There's still cool stuff, but my recommendation is to relax by a lot. He goes on to call this another multiverse of madness situation. He goes on to say, based on what I've heard, the story flows better for the overall multiverse saga leading to Secret Wars, but it's not going to be the end game level cameo bonanza people are expecting this to be. It's more like No Way Home. There still will be some wow moments in the movie. Now, before I give my take and kind of explain why this is fucking ridiculous, let's just see what the people on Reddit are saying. Now, let's be honest about this too. People on Reddit are very stinky. No offense, but it's true. Some of the stinkiest, pettiest people. But also, let's just see what they're saying, okay? LMAO, classic leaker's excuse. It has almost 800 upvotes. Leak culture has changed so much the past few years. When I first started following this sub a few years ago, I swear, whether they were bullshit or not, leaks would be actual information. This person is being considered for a role. This character is going to appear in a film. Now, they post riddles and pictures and say that they have information, but don't share it. Then a few months before a project comes out, they say stuff has changed, and any actual information they shared might not be true. I assume all leaks are fake, so it doesn't matter much to me. I have no clue what to expect for this film. I'm still shocked/delighted Cassandra Nova is the villains. Then they start pushing you to subscribe to get their exclusive information. Leaks got monetized like everything else, blah, blah, blah. You know, continue to talking about this, that, second, and the third. Let's see here. There's another comment down here that I think is pretty important. Okay, right here. This is interesting. Lower your expectations, said the guy who said this was 838 invading Earth. And then this guy, Josh Den of Nerds, says underrated comment. And again, as I said before, it's a stinky, people on Reddit, including this Josh Den of Nerds guy, so stinky. Like these people, stinky nerds. Okay, so let me talk about this. Let me explain. Spider Bite is spot on. I generally like Alex Perez. But Alex Perez is part of the problem that he's now trying to fix. Not only did Alex Perez tease 838 invading 616 and the Illuminati being involved in Deadpool, he also teased Phoenix versus the Scarlet Witch. Okay? I mean, bro, you can't do that. I'm sorry. I like Alex Perez. You cannot do that. You cannot be the guy that's fucking teasing 838 versus 616, Scarlet Witch versus Wanda, and then be the guy 6 months later that's trying to tell everybody to curb their expectations. It's fucking ridiculous. It's out of control. It's your fault. So here's the thing. Like, all these scoopers, and it's like, this just happened with My Time to Shine. My Time to Shine said, and so did Cryptic HD Quality Guy, they literally said Spider-Man was in the finale of Invincible, okay? And he wasn't. And don't tell me that they knew what it was and they were just teasing out. No, they fucked up. They got wind of something, heard it through a game of telephone, and fucked up. They reported that Spider-Man was in the finale. He's not in the finale. All of these people in the scooping community are going way too far. Whether it's clout or money, they are not in control of what they say because they want either clout or money. I'm sorry, you can't be the guy that teased all this stuff, that set those expectations, and then 6 months later tell people to curb their expectations. So part of this is on them. It is absolutely on the scooping community. They kind of suck. They're out of control, and they should practice restraint. Like, that's it. It's just as simple as that. You need to practice restraint. But on the other side of this is us, right? And we need to change too. We need to change, because this can only happen so many times before we realize these people don't know everything. They're just reporting stuff they hear through a process that is dynamic. And so we need to start taking what these people say and just applying skepticism and being like, yo, here's what could be happening, but we can't create this scenario in which we're funneling everything through the scooping community lens, right? So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to be like, hey, here's this new info. This could be real. It's a rumor. And I'm going to try to keep my mind open to all kinds of possibilities and not necessarily like cross-reference what all the leakers are saying and then try to tell you like, oh, this is what it is. I think that's one of the problems too. For me personally, like one of my issues with this has been I like to identify when people are correct, and then I sort of use that to become very confident that certain things are correct based on the amount of reliable people that are saying it. And so I'm going to try to get away from that a little bit, right? And be like, okay, this is what this person is saying. Now, they have gotten a lot right. Unfortunately, they've gotten a lot wrong. It could be cool. So let's talk about it. Maybe it'll happen, and that would be fun. But it can no longer be so-and-so said this, so let's get excited because that shit's real. Right? So, yeah. That's kind of where we're at with it. Now, look, again, like, the katana thing's probably true, right? The 2-hour, 10-minute thing, that's probably true. The head pull stuff, it's obviously true. That's actual promotional stuff, right? So, like, yeah, we still do have access to some info, but we have to always treat it as just a possibility. And so I'm going to kind of try to turn it that way. And I would hope that the scoopers would practice some restraint. I kind of doubt they will, but maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe. Because there is certainly going to be some sort of pressure and conversations being had by people. And I mean, if you look at the Reddit has completely turned against these people. Like, completely. And maybe they don't care. But they should. You know what I mean? So I wanted to talk about the Deadpool stuff, but I also want to talk about leaks themselves and that kind of a situation. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, chat? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, yo, chat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, Mikkel Stevens says, man, I got to tell you, the video almost had me. Thankful for you and this growing community. I think you do I think you do a great job of managing your workload and energy. Keep nerding on. Much love. Blinkers up. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for understanding. Taylor White says with a 10 spot, that's very generous, man. Thank you. Says, you remind me of all the kids I went to school book with in Buffalo. Shot talking Canadians. I'm Canadian, living in Colorado. You lightly trigger me. LOL. Happy with your new move, man. Stoked. Diamond. Appreciate you, man. It's all fun. It's all fun. Like, look, Paul from Heavy Spoilers, good friend of mine. Love that guy. He's British. I give him shit about it all the time. It's not that deep. I'm not really upset, you know. So don't take it too personally. Josh, did you see Rebel Moon 2 trailer during WrestleMania? No, I did not, bro. Jareth, first of all, man, I hope your back's feeling better. I saw that in the one Discord, the Unity Discord. I hope you're feeling all right. And you say, Josh, with Julia Garner being cast as the Silver Surfer, I'm going to go out and say Anna Taylor-Joy is going to be cast as Victoria Von Doom. Hashtag trigger Josh. No, according to Jeff Snyder, Anna Taylor-Joy is not involved in the movie at all anymore. But yeah, no, that definitely triggers me. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Reddit is worse than Twitter. It is. It's pretty stinky. It's stinky in a different way. You know? All the platforms have, you know, positives and negatives and all that. So, Vandolph the Black says, you having streaming guests over for nerd chats? Yeah, I would absolutely do that. But I kind of want to do it more like the way Rob and I do it, right? Like, Rob just sees me talking about some dope shit, wants to drop some knowledge. I am down to sit at the feet of the master. Come in, do your thing, man. You guys love it when Rob's here. I love it when Rob's here. So I kind of want to do it more like that. Like, I don't know if I want to, like, have a specific guest and they're on video and all that sort of stuff. I just want to do it. I'm a streamer now. I'm a streamer now. Are the members only streams on Wednesday nights permanently? Yeah, I mean, more or less. Like, maybe we would change it again, but for now, that just works best for me. Yeah. Are we triggering Josh? Rebel Moon Part 2 is DOA 10 days out and no one gives a fuck. Brother, you might be right. That doesn't even trigger me. It just makes me sad. You know? Like, bro. Did you see what Charles Murphy said about Franklin and Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie? Aw, shit. Should we do that real quick? Should we do that, chat? You want to do that? Comes out in 10 days. What the fuck? Yeah. Look, here's the thing about Rebel Moon, okay? I love Zack Snyder. I love him. Rebel Moon really fucked me up, bro. Because I went to bat for this guy. I made a video that got like over 100,000 views talking about how Rebel Moon was going to be the next Star Wars. And Zach, dude, Zach, I love you. You made me look silly, bro. Like, you made me look silly. Because that is not a good movie. Like, if it was even like 15% better, I would have faked it. And I would have fucking pretended that I liked that shit, bro. That shit was so bad. I couldn't even pretend to like it. You fucked me up, bro. You fucked me up, dude. So, yeah, Rebel Moon. We'll see. I'm going to give the second one a shot. We'll see. We'll see. Should we, the Marvels was better? Literally true. Literally true, bro. Unbelievable. Okay, should we talk about Charles Murphy shit? You want to talk about this and then we can get out of here? Should we do it? What do you think? Should we? I like this music too. Kind of bumping. I'm kind of feeling this right now. Turn it up a little. Oh, yeah. That's kind of nice. Woo! All right, turn that shit up. Okay. Here's kind of an interesting one that's just kind of popped up. Somebody just told me about this in chat. Rumor control. I feel like we need rumor control. the setting and plot of the Fantastic Four. For a film that hasn't even begun principal photography, Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four is certainly generating a lot of hype. Known for typically keeping secrets locked up tightly until big events, the studio has been uncharacteristically forthcoming with the information about the film, using social media to drive interest in the project. First, it was the Valentine's Day reveal of the cast through some stylized concept art, new title, new release date. I hated it. And then on April 4th, another piece of concept art was shown along with a link to Marvel.com that ultimately landed fans on the page created by the Future Foundation, a page that contained links to 5 Marvel comics that fans have probably rightly concluded have had some level of influence on the plot of the 2025 film. And then, of course, scoopers and leakers have been scooping and leaking, and much of what they have had to share lately has led to some interesting discussion at all the usual places. What's the latest buzz? What's real? And what's bullshit? Let's take a look. Alternate universe. Oh, dude, shit, it's getting good. Let's go. The most notable rumor making the rounds is the Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four will be set in another universe other than the MCU's version of the 616. To be totally fair, given what Marvel Studios has provided for fans to look over, no insider access is necessary to come to that conclusion. Both the original cast photo and the new concept art of the Human Torch provide plenty of inferences that the film is set elsewhere in the multiverse. The Valentine's Day artwork, which was used to announce the cast, made it clear that the first family was active during the 1960s. There's a lot we don't know about the past of the MCU, but it's almost impossible to imagine what sort of horrific retcons director Matt Shakman and the film's team of writers would have had to fabricate in order to explain how nobody in the MCU 616 knows who the Fantastic Four are. While there were still potential arguments to be made, after all, Doctor Strange made everybody forget Peter Parker. That's true and a good point. The retro-futuristic city in the background of the Happy 4-4 Day poster really erases any doubts that the Fantastic Four will take place in an alternate universe. What's more interesting, though, is that the retro-futuristic city also sort of implies that Dr. Reed Richards and his Future Foundation have had a profound impact on the Earth they inhabit. Honestly, it's interesting that the Future Foundation exists at all on this new Earth because it implies Reed has done an admirable job of solving everything, which makes one wonder if this Reed variant is so intelligent that he's become aware of the multiverse, has built the bridge, and has met other Reeds. Okay, so I'll stop for a second and explain that. Maybe I'll read this last paragraph and then I'll break it down, okay? Whether Reed has knowledge of the multiverse or not, the audience certainly does, beginning with Avengers Endgame and continuing throughout several multiverse saga projects, Loki, Spider-Man, No Way Home, freaking Ant on my stupid camera again, What If, The Marvels, etc. Marvel Studios has opened the floodgates to the multiverse. Multiverse Madness alone introduced over a dozen new universes. So where is the Fantastic Four set? Definitely not on the 616 and definitely not on Earth 838 because that universe's Reed wasn't so smart, as it turns out. As much as fans might want to see the film set in a familiar universe, or at least one that's been seen on screen before, that really doesn't make sense from a storytelling perspective. Any known universe would come with pre-existing limitations, no matter how small. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's just writing, especially in a shared universe. That's just writing, dude. To open it up truly unlimited creativity and potential, the story would simply just have to be set in a universe that has previously not been seen. No muss, no fuss. Okay, so a couple of things I want to break down about that. First of all, I still think it is stupid to set the movie in a different universe. Period. It's stupid. Could it work? Absolutely. But I think it has to do with expectations versus reality. And when you are making the Fantastic Four in the MCU, I think people are expecting the Fantastic Four in the MCU. That's not what it's going to be. I think further, like taking it even further, the idea of these guys eventually being in the actual 616, so weird. Why are you making them start in a different universe if they're going to end up being 616? It doesn't make any sense. I think it's stupid as fuck. Now, the other thing here about solving everything, what he's saying is if the future foundation is real, it implies that the bridge and the Council of Reeds has already happened. Because as we know, because we recently read the beginning of the Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four run, it is actually some of the things he witnesses with the other Reeds via the bridge that makes him come back and change his outlook. He is a part of a lot of think tanks with a lot of adults. Well, after his experience with the other Reeds, he realizes he needs to do what he's doing with that think tank, but with children. And the whole idea is a lot of the old people, he says, are either cynics or they're just trying to preserve things that they think are good, right? And he thinks that children and the Future Foundation being with a bunch of young people would be a true way to actually evoke change and to try to change the world. So I see what Charles is saying. He's saying, like, maybe the Reed and the bridge and the multiverse has already happened because if the Future Foundation is a thing, that takes place after the Council of Reeds. Fair play. I think that would be cool, but I don't know, man. He could just be reaching there, okay? This next part's kind of interesting. Franklin, Richards, and Galactus. One of the more interesting rumors to follow Marvel Studios' news last week was that Reed and Sue's son, Franklin, will appear in the film. The rumors suggest that Sue will be pregnant when she is first seen in the film, and that Franklin will be born in space. That seems pretty cool. Like, I think that'll be fun. If Marvel Studios have proven anything, it's that they aren't particularly concerned about faithfully adapting stories of characters from the comics. However, Franklin Richards is a singular character even in a world of Marvels, so his inclusion is of note. That's true. In the comics, Franklin is a mutant with immeasurable telepathic and telekinetic abilities who also happens to be capable of reshaping reality. Indeed, as a young child, Franklin saved Earth's heroes from onslaught by creating an entire pocket dimension for them following the events of 2015 Secret Wars. By the way, this is one of the first times Iron Man is brought back to life. Everybody's like, oh, you can't bring Tony Stark back. This is one of the first times he's brought back to life. I want to say, was he a child at that point? I might be like mixing stories, but I think maybe it's after the onslaught thing. He brings him back as a child. Anyway, yeah, he's a mutant. In the comics, Franklin is a mutant. Okay, we were relevant to the film's potential plot. Franklin Richards has a long history with Galactus. Lean in. This is where it's going to get good. When Franklin was just a young boy, the great devourer of worlds already feared his power. By the time he was an adult, Franklin had become so powerful that Galactus served as his herald. In an alternate Earth X universe, Franklin becomes Galactus. It's not clear exactly what ties Shackman and the Fantastic Four will establish between the two characters, but some buzz has reached our ears that there will be some connection between Franklin and Galactus in the film. Ooh, I like that. It's clear that Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben have been active for quite some time in their universe, and that Franklin's birth takes place after the team is well established as heroes. That means it's likely whatever Galactus is up to. This may not be the first time the team has encountered him. And I believe that too. Okay, so cool article. Cool. Couple of different things going on here. First of all, Charles Murphy is basically confirming that the alternate universe thing is real. He's talking about Franklin and them, Future Foundation, the possibility that this variant of Reed has access to the other Reeds via Council of Reeds, and I think that would be cool. By the way, do you guys think that Council of Reeds is coming? Throw a 1 into the chat if you do. And the other thing he's talking about is Franklin and Galactus. And that shit is cool, bro. Like, that's a cool connection. And the fact that Galactus is afraid of Franklin's power, the fact that Franklin can bring people back, create pocket dimensions and realities, pretty interesting. So, yeah, I think that could be cool. I still think, you know, and I made a video a couple of days ago, I still think this is the riskiest thing Marvel's ever done for a lot of reasons, but the alternate universe thing is a part of that. The time thing is a part of that. I love Franklin Richards. We'll see. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see, but that's cool info. Like, on the one hand, it's like, yeah, we all know it's an alternate universe, and that kind of sucks. But the other half of this is like, Franklin Richards, like, dude, if you would have told me 5-10 years ago that we would have had, that we're going to have Franklin Richards in the MCU, I mean, I would have jumped for joy, dude. I love that character. I love Franklin Richards. So, yeah, I think that's cool shit, man. Those are the new leaks. What do you think? What do you think, chat? What do you think about it? Sounds pretty dope. Yeah. I think they're making a great play with the cards they've been dealt. That's fair. I need Norrin Rad. Yeah, me too. But I think we'll get Norrin Rad. It all sounds like too much for one movie, no? Yeah, no, the scope's crazy. Like, yeah, it seems like a lot. It seems like a lot. Holy shit, Pedro is totally the maker? Could be. I think that would be cool. Do you buy Pedro as a bad guy, though? Everyone says it's a lot for many movies, and it never is. Okay, fine, grumpy-ass Adam. That feels like something you said, and you didn't even bother to put down the front of your recliner chair. Adam's like that grumpy grandpa, and he's got his recliner chair. And sometimes he'll like put the recliner down and get real serious. But this was just something that he was like, everyone says it's a lot for many movies, and it never is. Sipping his beer and watching the game. He can be a villain, but do you think of him as a villain? Has he ever been a villain before? I think the closest is probably the Game of Thrones dude, right? Yeah. No. Yeah. Deadpool seems like a lot as well, but if they can pull it off, it'll be more hopeful about F4. Yeah, that's true, but I mean, Deadpool seems like less than it was originally going to be. 70 to 75% of the movie is going to be on the Void. It's basically just Wolverine and Deadpool variants on the Void trying to fight against Cassandra Nova with the Magneto helmet. Like, that's what that is. I have a very nice gaming chair. Thank you very much. Do you have a nice recliner, though? Do you have a nice recliner? Floating Crib 182. Welcome back to the Nerd Vengers, baby. When my grandpa had a chair. It was Grandpa's chair. When we were kids, we couldn't sit in Grandpa's chair. I need a chair like that. I need my chair. Sort of sucked, but he was the bad guy. What movie was that, or whatever? He's been a villain a few times. Okay. What movies? Maxwell Lord. Oh, good point. Yeah, that's true. He was good as Maxwell Lord. Hey, look, if they go full, I mean, come on. That just adds to the risk, right? I mean, you're already talking about like a super risky movie, but you're really going to make Pedro Pascal the maker and he's going to be the bad guy? Okay. It's a bold move. It's a bold move. We all need that chair. It's true, we do. Having a dad's chair is essential to the family dynamic. That's kind of what I'm saying. I need one. Stream from the recliner. That's worth a shot. I remember Theory did that for a while because he was having like back trouble, and then he did that, and I was like, "What are you doing, bro? What the fuck are you doing?" Grandpa Josh rocking his chair on the porch, yelling at the kiddos. That sounds like heaven. That sounds like heaven to me, man. He was a villain in Equalizer too? Really? I do not remember that. I do not remember that, chat. All right, we're going to get out of here soon, man. He's a villain in every Josh stream? Fair. That's fair. We're going to get out of here, guys. Anything else? Any last minute stuff? What's on your mind? What are you thinking about, guys? Take that off, I guess. Wonder Woman 2? Yeah. He was the villain. Yeah. Twitch, I see you. I hear you. Yeah. Avengers vs. X-Men? Let's get it. What about it? Thinking about Padme right now? She's pretty good. Yeah, she's pretty nice. Very talented. That movie was shit compared to The Equalizer. Really? UFC 300? I mean, look, on Friday, we'll go over the whole card. I'll give you all my picks. Yeah, let's do it Friday. Let's do it Friday. Friday. Y'all remember that song? Cause it's Friday. You remember that? We streaming every day, every weekday now? No, not every day. I'm gonna take Thursday off for sure. And probably, I mean, I just did today because I wasn't here yesterday, and there was some stuff I wanted to talk about, and I was like, no, let's just get in there and stream. So, Rebecca Black, dude, I got no idea who sings that song, but I remember that song being popular around the time when I first learned about Disney buying Star Wars. Yeah. Everyday streams now. Let's go. No, not every day. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Andreas, thank you, brother. I will look at that for sure. You still going to make the post on the Warhammer channel? I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about it, but probably not. Like, I want to, but Again, I have to like kind of let that shit go. Like I gotta kind of let that shit go. I just want to stream, and I want to work on my comics, and work on family and fitness. I just want to stream and work on comics. You know. Josh was a year late then after hearing that song. What? Josh could collab with Henry Cavill for a Warhammer stream. I mean, that sounds fun. Saw Cavill talking about Warhammer last night on Kimmel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we watched it. I'm going to put it up on the Clips channel. Onslaught, great villain both Avengers and X-Men will have trouble with. Yeah, for sure. Now, that would be a good one. 100%. 100%. Okay, guys, I'm going to get on out of here because I'm hungry. Hey, it works for Asmongold, stream and clips, basic editing. Yeah, that's the new strat. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. What's for lunch? I think like a chicken bowl with some seasoning and stuff. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh my God. And the Eagles song? Let's go. That's a good sign. I didn't even plan that. Oh shit. We vibing, bro. We're flowing. Let's go. Look, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support today and just the support overall. If you came in late, you know, you missed some of the stuff that we talked about. There's going to be stuff going up on the Clips channel. There's going to be videos going up on the main channel. So a lot of the stuff from the stream, you will be able to see with a little bit of editing. That's kind of the move. That's what we're doing now. So I hope you guys can still find a lot of value there. Rossi, thank you so much for the support, brother. Appreciate you. You guys have a good day, man. I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Open up that third eye and wash out your stinky butt. Hey!